Are you live?
Um, just want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
To
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Bakakadash.
well, peace and blessings to the house of David. All right, as the brothers, men of valor, we coming at you once again. Okay, to what? To give that warning. Somebody give me Ezekiel 3:17 real quick. All right, we always bring that up because there's the times that we're in. Okay, there's the times that we're in, and when we give a warning, we're giving warning of what? Impending coming danger. We're not just talking about what's going to be happening to this place, but also what's going to be happening to the people who are inhabiting this place, man. All right, go ahead. Somebody got that? All right. All right, we're going to be talking specifically, all right, especially you women, man. Like the title says, how'd you title it? Women get ready to share men. Get ready to share men, and that's part of the warning that we're giving. Okay, why that title and why that topic? We're gonna get into it. Okay, what the scriptures say about what's gonna be befall, all right, the majority of these women in Babylon, man, and around the whole world. What's going to be happening? That's what we're gonna be talking about today, all right? Okay, and real quick, you gotta also understand, off the jump, men were already made more valuable because of the supply. All right, there's the way the Lord made it. You gotta think about it, right? How is it that people are constantly being born every day, but yet there's still less men on the planet Earth than women? That means that the Lord has it to where the amount of male spirits that are there are less than the amount of female spirits. So regardless of what generation you go into, you're gonna find it to where you have more women than men. And gold and clay. Gold, exactly. Gold and clay. And you can find clay anywhere, but you can't find gold everywhere. So off the jump, men were already made more valuable because of their rarity in comparison to the population of women. Hey, that's I was talking about Eve. I was playing Red Dead Redemption, and I had to kill a deer. So when I was killing, I grabbed the deer, whatever, and then when I did the process, she saw it. She was like, "Why did you do that? Why?" I was like, you gotta feed the family. How's the family gonna eat? There's the deer that was created so we could eat them, but you're not just gonna grab a deer who's alive and then put it on a plate. That's Edomite shit. You gotta cook it. You gotta go through the whole process. So how's that gonna happen? How am I gonna get the deer from where it was to the kitchen where you're gonna be able to cook it and make some a palatable meal out of it, man? How is that gonna happen? And she goes like, well, I mean, you don't have to kill it like that. I'm like, how are we gonna kill the animal? How are we gonna get it? I said, you know what? Since women want to push that we're all equal, I'll let you go kill it, and then you come back. She's like, no, 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 I can't kill a deer. Like, I can't see myself stabbing a deer and then blood coming. I said, see, women naturally are not made to see blood, man. You don't. She ain't hungry enough. You know, you're not made for that type of environment. That's why men go to war. Okay, yeah. Women are not meant to see that kind of environment, that hostile, violent shit. Women don't like that. So in the times of trouble, you know what she said? She goes like, well, I'll carry the berries and the fruits, and then you go do the hunting and the killing. I was like, oh, that sounds like hunting and gathering times, huh? That's the survival shit. When it comes to survival, oh, now you want to have a presence of the man in the picture. But when everything is good and running perfectly, there's no need to have a man to supplement your life. Remember, because when it's convenient, right? When it's convenient, that's when you ever notice that when you're doing something, somebody comes and they ask you for help, right? Somebody comes and they ask you for help, and they don't know how to do this at first, right? So they're watching you do it, and then the second you're able to get it to work, then they want to push you out the way and then grab hold of it as if, oh, I got it now. No, 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 you don't got it now. If I didn't fix it, it would still be broken. But they want to sort of come in at the end to take that credit, and that's women. They want to play that role of, like you said, fake feminism of, oh, we could do whatever you could do when it's easy, because we can make it look easy, right? But when it comes to the hard part, right, the protecting, like you said, the killing, right? Those things, then they don't want it. Then they want to be a woman. But when it comes to the other parts of maybe the rep or the privileges that you get, the power, they want to get that part. And to back you up, yeah, and the whole thing with that Iran popped off. What was the news that the women were pushing out? I don't know about feminism. Oh yeah. So in a time of chaos and violence, women don't want to be seen. That's naturally. They don't want to be seen. They get scared. Yo, when the lightning goes off and there's thunder, they panic. Yeah, they want to they want to grab onto you. They want to be all cute and cuddly because they want that protection. In a time of violence, we as the men, we naturally take that role of we need to defend and protect. Right. Naturally. You see? And they take that natural stance of, oh, I need protection. Exactly. So in the coming calamity that's coming, and a lot of men, scriptures say, that you're gonna see men that are gonna be travailing like women. Meaning what? It's gonna be such hard times that men are gonna literally be bitched out, and they're doing that now. How? When they come out into adversity, they stop the argument, they stop the debate, they stop the points that they're making, and then they just take the lower side. A lot of dudes are being trained to do that, man. They can't stand on their principles. See, that's why they dislike men like us, because they can't be like us, so they hate us. You see, they jealous of, damn, how you gonna be able to be a man in this society and I can't. If I try, I'll lose out. How come you could do it but I can't?
Well, they think they actually think that women like weak men.
Right.
No, women don't like weak men. Women use weak men. So they think that being used is being liked. That's a different thing. Right? A woman will, if you're a weak man, a woman will use you and leave. But if you're a strong man, a woman will stay with you. Right. Okay? Right. She might try to play that game to test, all right, are you actually strong? We can bring out the precept. This is Micah chapter 7. Oh,
17. Ezekiel 3:17. And it reads, likewise, thy son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy. Oh, my bad. This is 13:17.
Hey, mention the daughters, and we're doing that. You know, we're talking about that. Yeah.
This is Ezekiel 3:17. Salakia. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right. So that's what we're doing. That's our job. You see, everyone has their own profession. You know, you got basketball players that play basketball and they're exceptional at that. You got players that play soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and all these guys. They're the top. They're the top of the top. They know exactly what they're doing because that's their lot. Usain Bolt, his name is Bolt. So, hey, Nomen Omen. That's why he's so fast, like a lightning bolt. You know, so everyone has their own lot to play. And so then you come to this side, which is what? The prophets. How come everyone got their lot to play, everyone accepts it, but when we come out and we say this is our lot, this is what we're doing, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because what we're saying doesn't fit the narrative that you guys want to believe. You see, that false illusion that you have of whatever it is that you believe, the crazy matrix that you're in, all right? When the truth comes out, it sheds light on the false shit that you're living, and that makes you uncomfortable, especially the women. Like roaches, exactly. Especially the women. So get that real quick, because like the scripture just says, give them warning from me. See, you go to these churches, you know, you sit there and these churches are populated with a lot of women, but how come you're not being warned? Because if the pastor was telling you the truth from what the scriptures say, you women will not go to the churches, man. You see? But guess what? He wants your money and he wants your pussy, so he's going to tell you shit that you want to hear, so you can keep coming back for more. Those fake promises. You see?
That's Isaiah 30, right? Promise out to us smooth things. That's what they like.
That's a fact, man. Go ahead.
It says Micah chapter 7, starting from verse 10. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it.
Right. She that is mine enemy shall see it. Who's the enemy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? The women who are against the men of the Lord, man. They say, oh, you can't talk to women like that. You know, we all have equal rights. Oh, don't say what the scriptures are saying, that women are beneath the man. The man is above the woman. Okay, we talk about the order. Yahweh Shai, the man, the Israelite man, the Israelite woman, the Israelite son, the Israelite daughter. You want to talk about that. You see? But when we bring it out, oh no, that's a problem. Oh, you guys hate women, you know, you guys are raping girls, all this different shit that people come up with, man. When have you seen
rape a crime? So how would the rapist be walking around free and he's exposing himself, right?
Right.
Rapists gonna rape somebody and they come on camera and just be free out there, right? Like there's no cameras around and no sketch artists to identify you, right? You live streaming, I just raped 3 girls and you live streaming, right?
See, that goes to show you how dumb you people are, man. You just like to hear what Esau tells you, as long as it's repeated in the media or whoever is saying it. Oh, it catches fire. Oh, yeah, that's how it. Why? Just like how they did with Yahushua. They're looking for rumors. They're looking for shit. They come up with shit because the men are innocent. So we need to come up with shit to make them look bad.
Toxic masculinity.
Right, toxic masculinity. Because guess what? They don't like to play on an even playing field. Every day it's like, oh, you, the men of the Lord, you want to be righteous? You're going to be at the bottom, because guess what? If we play on a level playing field, we're going to dominate every single time. So to make the game even fair, they got to put us all the way at the bottom.
That's like the Decepticons they got when they running, like the video we saw. The Decepticons with the other women running the hurdle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Transformers. Yeah.
Huge walking over the hurdles. That's
Yeah.
not an even playing field.
Nah, bro.
She's standing there all aggressive looking, her shoulders more built than yours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's
Yeah.
brolic as shit.
Brolic as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, man.
You see now that we can't talk about that though.
That's not sexy.
Exactly.
I think that's why they came up with that new thing about how there's 6 different sexes now.
Oh yeah.
Because of the sports industry,
Oh,
how they're
yeah.
fucking them up. Now they're saying, you know, there's no
They
such thing as
them,
man
all
and
that
woman.
shit.
Oh, they gotta be-
non-binary.
But you notice something, right? I used to like some of these futuristic, whether they cartoons or movies, there's always, like, even in Dragon Ball Z, right? You got animals, you got people, you got aliens, you got robots, you got cyborgs. You ever notice that you might go to some space bar and you'll see a cyborg, and then the chick serving the drinks is an alien with like 2 antennas, and then you got the human in the back somewhere, and then you got you just see him and he look like human, but he ain't got shit. You know, that's that future joint. But it's confusion.
They want to go against everything that the Lord has set up, you know, which is a righteous order. And like I did in the video I did yesterday, we're truly living in the real dark ages, man. This is truly a dark time to be in. All right, and that's why they hate the light. They destroy the light because this is the time of their rulership, man. And they always have that tandem with the woman, the so-called woman, man.
Like
All right.
the serpent did with Eve.
The serpent did with Eve, exactly. All right, go ahead.
Says,
Then she that is mine enemy shall see it,
right.
and shame shall cover her head,
There you go.
which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
And why is that? Because a lot of these women have they've taken on to that satanic spirit of what is known in the world as feminism. All right, I was talking to one of my friends, and you know, she keeps it real. You know, she was like, man, I'm tired of all these women that walk around and act all tough like they don't need a man and they're all feminists. She said, I call them all the same. They're all fake feminists, man. I said, damn, that was deep. I wrote that down. I said, damn, that was heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, yeah, they're all fake feminists because they go around talking shit to men. They say we don't need men, but yet they still fucking niggas. How is that? If you want to talk about, oh, I don't need a man, then live your own life. How come you still going back? And then guess what happens? Those same women are the ones who are the most disrespected in society because they want to have that liberty. They want to be like men. So guess what happens? They give themselves up to men. You think men look at women like that and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to take it serious. Right away, I want to break your pride because you coming off crazy. So I'm going to, all right, cool. You know what? I'm going to say what you want to hear. I'm going to get in the box and then I'm done. You see what they call pump and dump?
Yeah,
You know, pump and dump. That's what these women have become. You meet them at the first date at the bar or at a club or whatever. You take her home, right? She making out with you, whatever. You might not slap. You could slap, but you might not. You know, cool. She gonna sit there and say, "Oh, why didn't you walk me downstairs? Why didn't I walk you downstairs? Excuse me, you don't deserve that. Like you are. I'm a hit it and I'm gonna leave it. Or you how you getting home? You getting an Uber or some shit? You gonna walk, take a bus, train? How you getting home? I'm not worried about how you get home because you're not that type of woman. And that's the majority of our women today. They run their mouths and do all this extra talking, but when shit hits the fan, guess what? They're the most quiet ones. You will never notice it. That's why the scripture said what? She that is mine enemy. How are you an enemy? Because you go against everything the scriptures say. Your very life is a testament to somebody who's rebellious, man. You don't want to be in order, okay? You don't want to have children and set your house aright, okay? You don't respect the man, okay? Especially a man of the Lord. You don't respect us. You don't care what we got to say. You see, if anything, you come up against us, man. But really, you're not coming up against us because we're not the ones bringing the judgment. We're just warning you of the judgment. You're coming up against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and that's always a bad thing. Look what happened to Miriam, okay? Look what happens to all these other women in the scriptures. You did have women who did great things in the scriptures, but they're not even referenced. They're not even spoken of that much. Why? Because the story of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has to do with the man. It starts with the man and it ends with the man.
Hey, but you know what's interesting is look in history, right? And look at all the times where, you know, things were crazy, and then see if you can find feminists during that time. World War I, World War II, World War III is coming, right? All the times when war, all that stuff was happening, where were the feminists at, right? Because if you notice, that whole ideology of feminism is really higher now, right? And why is that? Because there's a high sense of peace and safety within this time, especially in America. Really think about it. Why is it that feminism isn't pushed heavy like that in these other Eastern countries? Because the comfortability and the quote unquote safety provided for these women to get to that level to talk that proud stuff, they don't have that over there. You see? And America hasn't really been touched like that. America hasn't been put into a third world country state to where these women know what it's really like to be in the real world. Right now, they're in La La Land. So La La Land, yeah, I could do whatever I want. But when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna conform to the times. Meaning, in order to live, you're gonna need to know how to move. You ain't gonna move how you want to move. You're gonna move how you gotta move. All right. I have
The situation will dictate your actions, man. You know, all this talking when there's no police, what's gonna be happening? Men gonna be raping women, men gonna be killing women. You're not gonna be safe going outside. So if you were a man of the Lord who knows what's going on, he's gonna instruct you and say, you know what, don't go outside at this time. Because he knows what's going on. These other dudes that thug nigga and all this extra shit, guess what? They're gonna influence you to go outside. They're gonna say, oh, you know what, it's party, it's lit, let's all go together. And then the whole place gets shot up because we're entering into the time of judgment. So don't be surprised when you start seeing a whole building collapsing, you know, the Most High sets some shit off, people start popping, pop, pop, pop. A whole bunch of violence is gonna start happening. You're gonna start seeing a lot more in the news.
The women ain't gonna be exempt.
They're not gonna, a lot of women are gonna get judged even more. You see? But
yeah, I got something. Yeah. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse what was it? 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
Right. So a woman is what? Is a possession. You see? Why? Because she's a possession who's underneath her father's authority, all right, until she becomes of age where she could be married onto another man who's responsible, okay? And then she becomes the servant of that man. That's what a woman means, a female servant. So what does she do? She's supposed to be the lady of the household. When the man is not home, she's taking care of the house. She's taking care of the children. She's taking care of clean the house. All right, send the place in order. So when the man comes home, he has an abode. He has a woman. He has his children. He got food. He got a nice house to stay in. So he can keep on doing what he has to do.
And that's where she's supposed to be.
Right. You see? But that kind of woman is not supported in society. They promote go to school, get a degree, don't deal with men, sleep around, you know, test it out. You don't gotta be with this guy, drop him. If he's not doing what you want him to do, drop him. You know, even if the man is an actual man, no, don't deal with him. He don't got a college degree, fuck that nigga. Oh, he not making 6 figures, fuck that nigga. Guess what? The 6-figure niggas, they're gonna lose out.
Because are you making 6 figures? You ain't making no figures. But you are here talking about if he ain't making 6 figures, drop him. Man, hold up. He's the one who's choosing. He's the one making the figures.
Right.
But then again, you got certain women that make a little bit of money and then they want to run the situation. They want to run. Look, man, her value is not determined by how much money she makes. You got people that have their women running them over because she's paying the bills. Well, why the hell you living with her? You gonna be her slave? That's out of order. Because that's not how the Most High created it. You gotta lead. And if you're gonna let her lead you because of money, then you done anyway. You ain't got nothing up here.
As a fulfillment of the prophecy that says a woman shall compass a man. That's a new thing on the earth. Remember, you was gonna say something?
All right, and then talking about scripture to show how women are supposed to be helpers and servants, which shows you that in this society that we live in, we don't have women. All right, what we have in this society are brute beasts. All right, clamorous gargoyles. And so what we have, so the reason they don't click with men is because of their attitude. Because the Most High has it to where a man's natural disposition is to be against a predator. So if you walking around in the street and you are not a woman, but in fact deep down you are a demonic skank bitch, nobody want to deal with you. No man want to deal with you. So in that day, in order for a man to embrace you in that day, you have to be broken down. So it's either in that day you calm down, you humble yourself, or that day the Most High has it to where your spirit get break. All right. So the point that I wanted to bring out recently was that the thing that was happening in Haiti. So what's going on is that some sort of civil war, like civil war on a small scale, like within a certain part of the city. And what happens is that gang members, or I don't even know the full scale. It sounds like some Esau shit. But what's going on is all hell is breaking loose. Okay, you have gang members with AK-47 breaking into people's house and killing and murdering. Right, exactly. That's exactly what's playing out in that place. And when you have it to where these women, when it's almost nighttime, what happens is that all these women, when they have children, they send their children to the men who have the ability to protect the city. They send their children there because they know it. They know where their strength lies. They're humble, and those men, when those men see the women that are humble, they take their kids in. But those clamorous gargoyles that This place, women are about to be a moment of clarity are about to be on. I don't know how to put it, but the women are about to be in a moment of clarity. You know, that's why it says, God, that's why it says that she that is mine enemy shall see it. You know, because why? How you gonna see it? Because you're gonna go through it. Yeah, because a lot of these women, like we were saying, they want a guy who's making six figures, not a man who's doing construction work and things that can actually impact you in a time of chaos. No, you want a guy who's making digital money.
Hey, but guess what? His power goes when his money's gone.
I was just gonna say that. You took the words out of my mouth.
Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not a day of rest.
For righteousness, what?
Delivered from death.
That's it. You see?
Shit.
You gonna say something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the woman of clarity is when you go outside and then you find out that, because scientists say that like a man's hand is like has 60 times more strength than a woman. So you go outside and you get into a fight with a man and his big ass knuckles touches your face and your little ass hands can't do no damage. Then you see what happens. You know, then what would you say?
And he's gonna do it. Hey, guys do it now, even with consequences. They still knock the shit out of these women with consequences. They're gonna go to jail, assault, battery, all these different things. Imagine when there's no consequences. You can't hit to death.
Man.
He's gonna rape you. He's gonna beat you down. There's no need to have you here because number one, you're running your mouth.
Yes.
You got no power. Why are you running your mouth? And a lot of women got that pride. The Lord's gonna keep that pride in you, and He's gonna break your pride, man. That's what's coming.
He says it many times.
Yes.
Hey, it's gonna be to where like it's only worse. So like I don't know, but it's gonna be worse. So like, yo, this man that dealt with you, violated you, and he's gonna tell you to come home with me. You got no choice but to follow him. You know, he may even tell you go there and make 3 corners. I better meet your ass over there. The woman is gonna be over there by the time you get back. And she might, because well, he beat me, but at least somebody else is trying to kill me. So fuck it. I just, you know. Yeah. You got it, brother.
Men and women's brains is different. And what I remember is the front of men's brains, it's more like they're more towards aggression, but the back of minds, it's more like, okay, let me think about this before I do. That's why when men get in situations, they're like more like, let's fight. But then, like, you know, if you're spiritual, like, oh, let me think about this for a second and not do that. But to add to his point, what he said with Jim over there with Haiti, why women were immediately running to the men, you know, that goes into the fight or flight response. And it says right here, this article says, why do women tend to befriend instead of fight or flight? The reason in large part is oxytocin combined with female reproductive hormones, explained researchers in the study. Men, on the other hand, with smaller amounts of oxytocin lean toward the tried and true fight or flight response when it comes to stress. So that's explained that when men get in stressful situations, they're more likely to fight. But when women get in situations, they're more likely to befriend you and want to be friends with you so they could get out of that situation.
Oh, that's they got that in psychology. It's called report versus rapport. Men have a spirit of report, and women have a spirit of rapport. Meaning what? When a female meets somebody, they first want to be liked by that person, so they're more nicer. That's why women like to smile. They don't want confrontation. They don't want anything that's against how they feel. It has to be cordial. You see, but men, they say how it is. That's why a woman will ask you a question. She might want food. She'll be like, babe, do you want that she'll tell you what she wants. You see? Because she wants to hear how you're gonna respond to that. If you say yes, then okay, that means okay, we can go get it. A man will be like, yo, let's go get some burgers, yo. Right. You see? And it's like, I'm not asking, do you want, no, let's go get some burgers. That's a report. I'm just telling you. But women are, do you want to go get, babe, are you hungry? Do you want to go get burgers or what do you want? Okay, let's go get burgers. Okay, cool. If you say nah, then it's like, okay, then you go whatever it is that you said. You know?
Like you said, she wants to build that report.
That report. You see? So that's a beautiful point right there. You gonna say something? Yeah, also going into how women, men and women think differently. Now, back in Mass, you know, working this factory, and what happens is that you work 3 days, like Monday to Wednesday, and then occasionally you work you alternate on weekends. Next Sunday you don't work. So what happens is that one day you work 12 hours, right? And then so you work 3 days. Once you work 3 days, the next time you go to work, it feels like you've been home forever. So what happens is that this woman, she trains. She's one of the trainers, one of the people that trains, and she was given in charge. They gave a man. They put her in charge of a man to train him. So what happens is that it's been Wednesday. The man came in on Tuesday, mind you, right? Tuesday, and he didn't even come to the whole shift. He came like half in the middle of the shift because it's his first day, and then the next day he did the whole shift. Now, Next week, mind you, the man has only been there for 2 weeks. Next week, the woman came back complaining about how the man doesn't understand how the machines work because he's been there for 2 weeks. And then the man is like, wait, hold on, he hasn't been there for 2 weeks. He's been there for 2 days. Like, a day and a half, right? So I don't. What are you complaining about? You know what? We're gonna. You don't gotta train nobody no more. So he took him and gave to somebody, and see how women think. You know, they're not made to take care of people. Exactly, logical. They're wired different because you see how the man thinks. The man knows how to protect. The man knows how to consider certain things, and the women are. It's something that women will rely on greatly like in that time, man.
It's their hormones, all that stuff. When things happen, those hormones activate their emotions, and then their emotions take control of them. But men, like you said in the article, when those chemicals reaction happen in their body, it's less than a woman. It's more for women and less for a man. So a man's not gonna get as if he's, acting like a man. He's not gonna get so emotional. He'll get a little emotional, get angry, but then he'll calm down.
And the common collectiveness and that kind of mind thinking, it's a survival trait. It's a natural disposition that the Most High has given to man. The mind, man, the mind and the body, they work compared to a woman. The man is much more precious. Like the scripture says, with the gold and clay, man. And the brother made that connection to how, there's a very few of them. There's very few men that think that way, that have that mindset.
There's very few men. All right, men created in general, you got less men than women. Then we always go through the statistics, right? You got less men than women. You got half of them are like sodomites. The half of the ones that aren't sodomites are married, if that even does a thing. Then the half of those aren't even real men, right? They flamboyant, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't have the right mindset. Then half of them are heathens, you know what I'm saying? So now you're like, damn, if you're an Israelite woman, and so now you see the chances of you getting delivered. Let's say you gotta find an Israelite man, and you an Israelite woman. You gotta, first off, half, let's say half men are sodomites, or half of them are heathens. Half of the ones that aren't sodomites are married, or whatever, they in the world. They don't even know the truth. But then you got, even in the truth, there's people that still gonna get destroyed. So you cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting to the point where you like, damn, how the hell am I gonna find a man?
To the point where you see only 144,000 men out of 7.8 billion people.
And then the rest of the other men that aren't the prophets and so on. But even that is small, right? Small.
But the ideal man is going to be one of that 144,000 men. That's the ideal man. He's like, he got it all. He's a king. Like he's a joint heir with Yahushua. I mean, we talking. That's what the apostles always say. The true alpha male is a man of the Lord. If you're part of that 144,000, if you're a woman and you got a man in this truth, you got a man in this truth, man, hold on tight. Hold on tight. Listen to everything he got to say, because he ain't going to lead you the wrong way. Everything he's doing is for a purpose, a greater purpose that the world even understands. You see, what he's doing is above and beyond this world, man. We labor for a world to come, the future. We're waiting for a kingdom. Come on, bro. This nothing this world can give you that's going to equivalent to what we're about to get soon, man. So if you got a man of the Lord right now, especially now because we're in the lowest estate for a reason. So if you're a woman and you want to be with a man like that, that means that you got a good heart, man. You got some type of sense in you, and the Lord is the one who's programmed you to do that. You see, because we're not no extra men. We're average men. Some of us below average. Like women don't look at us as, oh yeah, I want to be with you. The way we look, the way we dress, the kind of jobs we might have. Some brothers don't even have degrees like that. Something that's upheld in this society. We're not making six figures. We're not driving the nicest cars. We're not highly esteemed in this society. We don't got it. But one thing we do have is prophecy.
We got who's going to deliver you from death.
From death. We got life. We got wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You see, we know the future. We know righteousness. We can tell you what's going on. We can comfort you. You see, we can give you the ins and outs. We are part of the secret counsel of the Lord. Hey, somebody give me Amos 3:7 real quick. Okay, we are part of that secret counsel of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That makes you a precious man. Because you could be in the council of the highest himself. I mean, what else do you need? You got that real quick? Come on, bring it out.
Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
Right. So surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. That word secrets goes into what? His inner counsel. Okay, that means going back to the book of Job, where it says the sons of the Most High presented themselves unto the Lord, and Satan came in the midst of them. That counsel is a secret counsel. Okay,
It's a family thing. It's like sitting at a dinner table and you got all the highest men, okay, who sit at the dinner table. All the kids and women get out of there, man.
Well, that's in the book of Kings, the VIP, exactly. Where when the Lord asked who was going to be a lying spirit in Ahab's mouth, they had a council,
Right.
and then one angel would say, "Okay, I'll do it." He said, "Okay, well, how are you going to do it?"
Right.
They said, "Well, I'll do this, I'll do that." And then one said, "I'll go be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophet."
Right.
He said, "All right, you're going to go and you're going to succeed."
Right.
So they had a council.
You see, so it's the same thing that's happening now. That's why and then before the Lord does anything, that's why it says he doeth nothing but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants and prophets. Meaning what? Before he does something, he will tell his prophets.
We're the heralds.
So we know.
We gotta know what to announce.
Exactly. So we have to know the inner counsels of the Lord. We got to know his plans. Okay, I'm about to do this. We're gonna know before the Lord does it. He'll tell us. He'll let us know his what his mind is, his thoughts, you know, his feelings, whatever it is, and they're all written here. But you could read it, you know, all throughout whatever, but you don't have the spirit of understanding of what the Lord is talking about. That means you're not part of that council. You're not part of that inner circle. And that's a special thing to be in, man. Before anything happens in this world, the Lord tells his men. Before it happens. That's why we know what the mark of the beast is. Years before they start talking about digital wallets and all these different things. You see, even how they're going to bring out this whole so-called New World Order that they're trying to push out. We knew about it before it happened, man. You see, how do we know about it? You call us conspiracy theories and all that. You call us crazy. We know about what the UFOs are. Now people are catching on to, oh, the UFOs. Oh, my God. We've been knowing about that, man. And we know there ain't no UFOs with aliens in it. We know that they're the chariots of the Most High. And angels fly in that. And Esau knows that. You people don't know that. We know it. They know it. So what's up now? It's called the elites versus the elect. The rest, you just there. That's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Ezra, I believe the second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Let them that were nine. Yeah, nine. That's right. Let them that were born 9 and 15, born in vain, what perish? You see. So you guys are just there. You're just there waiting to get missilized, man. That's what's gonna happen. You see. But the rest who believe on Yahweh Shemiah Shah, we're gonna get delivered, man. That's talking about the men, the women, and the children, man. We got some scrolls playing around. All right. But anyone got anything else?
I was going to mention, if you watch that book, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, it came out a couple of years ago, and basically the Silver Surfer is the Galactus herald, and before Galactus destroys the planet, he sends the Silver Surfer to go prepare the planets for destruction. So that's what we're doing. You know, like they say, don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
When you watch that movie, when he was talking to, I think it was the Invisible Woman, she was like, "Why are you trying to destroy our planet?" He's like, "I'm not the destroyer. I work for the destroyer." So it's the same thing like us. We're not the ones that's gonna bring the destruction. We're just telling you who's gonna bring the man upstairs is gonna bring destruction. So it's the same thing. We're like the Silver Surfer, and the Heavenly Father, Galactus, is like the Heavenly Father.
And if you notice, whenever he would go around, natural disasters would be happening on the earth. You know, like that. I think there was a scene where there's a giant sinkhole or something like that would like came up in the earth out of nowhere.
Yeah, so the temperatures are kind of fluctuating.
Because that was the signs of what
It's
coming. And that's the and we're the Silver Surfer telling you or showing you the signs before Yahweh Shai's return.
Right before Galactus even came, it started getting darker on the world, and it got even crazier.
Hey,
Also, just foretelling his own destruction.
right, because he's a prophet of the left-hand side. You see, a prophet means to say before, someone who says something before, man. You see, they do it with the media and so on and so forth, but they still prophesying just on the left-hand side. And then we combat it with the right-hand side, and they're like, oh, man, this guy, oh, no. You see, hey, the eclipse that happened, I believe, what day was it? Tuesday? The Ring of Fire. You see, and out here in New York City, when you look at it, the sunrise, a lot of people went to the beach to catch the sunrise. Man, it was all dark, and then you see just half, like almost like a crescent coming up, and it was just red, bro, straight up red. The whole place was dark, and then you could see the reflection on the water. It looked like blood. 21. Yeah,
around like crazy.
it looked like blood, man. And I was like, damn, the scriptures say that the sun shall turn to blood.
Yeah.
You see? And people thought, oh, man, the sun might
The
literally
sun
go.
gonna start bleeding on
It's gonna
us.
bleed. No, man, it's the color. Because remember, when they're writing what they saw, all right, Luke 21,
About the signs in the heaven.
right. And when they saw what they saw, they used the best description during their time to describe the future. You see, so if we were to see the future, what kind of description, what kind of words will we use to describe what we're seeing? You see, in a different language, that is, because they were using Greek Latin, and so on and so forth. So they had to translate to English. So when you read the English version, you got to go back into those languages and see, oh, it says turn to blood. The word blood there means actually, oh, it's going to be red, crescent. Okay, cool. What's that word? Prism?
Crimson.
Crimson, yeah. Oh, it's going, okay, crimson. That means it's going to turn blood. It doesn't mean literally blood. Oh, got it now. You see? But the churches, they see, whoa, it's going to turn to blood. Hey, praise God. Yeah, then they start dapping themselves, sweating, baldy and shit. You know, trying to doing backflips. Hallelujah, it's going to rain blood. It's going to rain blood. And, you know, going to shovel all that shit. You know? But, hey, that's why we are the men of the Lord, because the Lord has given us his counsel. We have the understanding. We could look at what's happening in the future and say, oh, that's the mark of the beast. You know, people want to be, oh, the mark of the beast is sleeping with white women, you know, or it's Christianity. We can look at it and be like, no, that's not what it is. It's one thing. You see, we could understand it. We could break it down to you, but if the Lord don't deal with you, you're not going to get it. You see, and we don't deal with this thing with our emotions. You see, because look, you could hire someone and give them an order and say, this is what I want you to do. They might say, oh man, I don't know if that's the right thing, but I'm getting paid by this guy who has power to do what he told me to do. That's my job. I'm going to do it. You see, for us, it's not just being servants of the Lord who have been programmed to do what the Lord said to do, but we are about it. You see, most people will do the job just to do it. They might disagree with it, but they'll still do it because they get paid. For us, we believe what we're doing. So it's a different aspect. It's a different thing to it.
Like with the shepherd and the hireling. You know,
Exactly.
not a hireling.
Exactly. Exactly. You see,
I
sir?
just want to mention with the MOB, the kids in the name plate says Mark. And even when you watch those movies like The Omen with Damien, how they say he was the son of the devil, you know, that off stuff, he would even have something on his head, the 3 marks on his head. So letting you know it's something that has to go on the body.
Hey, and even the word charagma. When you go to Greek charagma, it means, it's 2 things. It means a cutting, an incision, and also the little mark that's going to be left on the body. So it's 2 things in one that means one thing. If you get that incision, it's going to leave a scar. That scar is that mark. And then you already have that charagma, that incision, that stitching, that etching that happens, that actual physical thing. You see? So, hey, we know what we have. The world doesn't know what we have because it's not given to them, which is fine. You believe what you believe. That's okay. Let us believe what we believe. And let's see what happens at the end. All right? Especially you women. Let's get back to these women. You got something else? No? You got
Isaiah 32. You got Isaiah 32, right?
Let me go. No, okay, bring out Isaiah 32 and then you bring out Ezekiel 13.
This is Isaiah chapter 32, starting from verse 2. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken.
Right, because that's talking about the elect. They're the ones who are going to see and hear the words that are being spoken and be like, oh, there's something about these men that's not like these niggas over here. Let me listen to what they have to say. And then once you start listening to what we have to say, you start to see that, no, this is the truth. What they're saying is actually the truth. Yeah, put emotions aside, put, indoctrinated information that you've had in the past aside, and deal with reality. You know, prophecy is reality. Listen, the whole world stops when prophecy speaks, man. I don't care what you say. Okay, look what happened with COVID. What happened to the whole world? The C19, the Windows 19. That's the new thing. You know, yeah, Windows 19. You download on your computer. Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
you see, that's the software that you download on your computer, which is your human, your human body and so on and so forth. But prophecy is the only thing that matters right now, because we talked about the MOP, right? You see what's happening in the EU. The EU is unveiling things like they say, oh, you could with this thing you could file your taxes with it. You could open bank accounts with it. I'm like, wait, bank accounts? Oh, now they deal with the money. And that's just the start. That's just the start. You could your driver's license is in there. Job applications are in there. I'm like, wait, these are things.
That one bad for like
Job applications, even college applications. So they already remember Esau's not going to jump in one time. Boom, new world order. Here we are. No, it's gradual steps. So the next thing they do is what? They topple and then they replace. They topple and then they replace. So you have, okay, government here. We're going to topple this government, replace it. Boom. Religion. We topple. So step by step, week by week, month by month, executive order after executive order, they're changing the world. They're forming the world gradually.
Disaster after disaster.
Disaster after disaster. Cyber attack soon after cyber attack. Pandemic after pandemic. Fear after fear. Lockdown after lockdown. You know. There's a new thing here. Digital identification here. Digital wallet here. digital medical records here, all these different all together, it's going to all culminate to one thing. Going back to Revelation 13, where it says what causeth all. That causeth is pieo. I got the pronunciation right.
Pieo?
Yeah, it's pieo. I thought it was poeo, like how it says, but it's actually pieo, which means to cause, literally. You see, to fashion, to literally make, exactly. You see, so it's not only with the condition of the mind, but the system. The whole system is changing. So now they did it physically by shutting down businesses and starting a whole new system. Now they're gonna do it digitally. So your whole information, everything is gonna be digital, man. And they're saying it. Klaus Schwab, he comes out and says it. He said, "This is the new world. This is what we're gonna do. The global reset, the great reset, all this shit."
But he opened his own mouth and said, you know,
they're gonna do that. They're gonna put that thing underneath their skin.
Yeah.
You know, and you see, so it's not like, oh, you're a conspiracy theory. No, that's what closed-minded people say. When they don't want to deal with true shit, they say, oh, you're a conspiracy. Oh, it is. No, it makes them uncomfortable.
what's interesting? You have Bill Gates that quote unquote warned about a physical pandemic.
Yep.
And then when it happened, he was the one everybody was listening to. Yep. And now you got Klaus Schwab warning of a cyber pandemic. So when it happens, guess what? Everybody's going to be listening to who? Because he's going to be the new main expert on it, right? And what is his agenda? What is going to be pushed?
Yes.
The Great Reset. What does it say? Is that there's a part that says that they're going to redefine what it means to be human.
Yes.
You're not going to be human anymore.
Yes.
No such thing as being natural.
Yeah.
It's not going to be normal to be without some form of technological configuration to you. You know, you have to be some part cyborg. Yeah.
So before they do that, they gotta destroy the system we have now.
They want to kill humans.
Right. So number one, they're gonna have to do away with truth, which is what we talk about. They're gonna have to do away with that, man. And part of the truth is you women are about to get judged. All right.
13.
Yeah, Ezekiel 13, 13, 17. All right. So hey, man, look, we're at the end of this thing, man. All the signs are pointing to one thing and one thing only, which is that MOB, man. It's happening in Europe, all right. They're not taking their gas. They foot off the gas, man. I believe in the UK right now, they extended their lockdown to next month. They were about to open it, I believe, June 21st or some shit. They pushed it to July. Okay, you know, right?
It's funny because that's what I started out with.
Yeah, exactly.
Ezekiel 13 and 17. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people.
Right, against the daughters of thy people, man. So we're talking about the tribes. All you women on this side, man. All right, we're talking about the so-called Negro women, the so-called West Indian women. All right, they mad aggressive and shit. You know, especially the Jamaican women. You know, you go to the Jamaican spot, you trying to get food, and they're mad rude. You be like, damn, bro, like you acting like I'm getting this for free. You know, they got them. Okay, you got the so-called Haitian women. All right, all that voodoo stuff, you gotta repent from that. All right, so-called Dominican women, the Simeonite, that chop your daughter spirit, you gotta get out of that. Okay, you got the so-called Guatemalans to Panama. All right, they mad chill, but you know, you got some wickedness in there. Idolatry. All right, the Puerto Ricans. Oh Lord, let's not go into that. All right, man, yeah. The so-called Puerto Rican woman is, man, they think they're the best. They think they're above everybody else, man. They're rude as shit, and it's a known thing. All right, with their idols as well. There's Santa Maria and all that shit.
That's Ephraim, right?
That's Ephraim, God.
Hosea 6.
Yeah, you know that witchcraft.
She liked the guy. She said she was gonna do some witchcraft to make him like her.
Wow,
And she was serious. And then when she was with her. She said she knew something that her grandmother knew.
That's 8.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Enchantments. Nah.
Enchantments. See, and this is a part of the hedge of being a man of the Lord. That won't work on you if you're a man of the Lord, man. You're gonna you're gonna see right through that, because that's man. Hey, there's a scripture in the Apocrypha that talks about a wicked woman's heart is snares, is snares and nets, and him that pleases the Lord shall escape a wicked woman. Now, in this case, the Lord is actually saying, nah, nigga, I'm gonna throw you to her by letting that enchantment work. I'm gonna literally trap you in that net. Damn.
That means
how you escape that?
You're not. That's what scripture says. You know, when they catch you in that net, you're not escaping, man, because now you're thinking about all the good things that happens. You know, the way she talked to you, you know, the bedroom things, the food, the way she make you feel, all that simple shit. You got it, bro?
Yeah, precept. This is Numbers chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, when have God wrought?
That's about the elect men of the Lord, man. The elect men of the nation of Israel, because the 2/3 get the enchantments worked on them. Esau, boom. You know, Esau's enchantment then got him hook, line, and sinker. That's why they can't see the truth, man. They're deceived. They're in the web of lies. You see? But that's because what? They believe on the shit that Esau does. They don't believe on the word of Yahweh Shai. You see? But yeah, going back to the list, you got what? The North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, all right, the Argentinians to Chile, all right, Colombians to Uruguay, and then the Mexicans, the Issacharites, man. These are your true national biblical names. Okay, you come from the tribe of the nation of Israel, man. Okay, so you got to come back to your biblical nationality, meaning what? You got to get back in order. Okay, if you come back to this right here, the 12 tribes of Israel, and you call yourself an Israelite, there's a code of conduct. You can't just do whatever you want. Yeah, if you call yourself black, whatever, what, Negro, West Indian, Haitian, those are things that just came about not too long ago. So those practices that you practice as these people is all messed up. But if you go back to this, the original, we're talking something real valuable. We're talking things that demands you to change. You can't meet the Most High, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and be all polluted and defiled in your mind, in your body. Everything about you is all messed up. And but you have warnings. You have men on this earth who told you, yo, this is the right thing to do.
Oh, what's that scripture? Is it Isaiah 36 or somewhere along there? It says, you shall hear a voice behind your ear saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. And that applies to us, but that also applies to the women as well. Telling them, in the book of Timothy, I think when Paul was telling them to the younger women marry, guide the house, stay at home, that's an example of the women being told, this is the way, walk ye in it. But they don't want to walk in it. They want to walk out and be hoes. And then the older women are not teaching the younger women how to actually be. So these young women, based on their environment, based on what the world teaches, and based on what their older women are telling them, that's what they think is cool to do.
Yeah.
So she may be a physical virgin, but before she even gets to a certain age, her mindset is gone. It's not linked. So she's already a hoe before she becomes a physical hoe.
Right. Hey, and when you tell that to women who are honest, they'll tell you, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 30
right.
21 water.
A lot of these women, when they meet men of the Lord and we tell them the truth, they'll be like, you're right. Because they say, oh, now I see why I was doing what I was doing. Now it makes sense. The scriptures say, don't be in the company of women. Why? Because in the company of women, you have a whole bunch of wickedness, man. You got one woman that's full of wickedness. Imagine double and triple, then quadruple. It's crazy. That's why girls' night out is always some wicked shit that comes out of it. My Eve was telling me, she's like, I don't like hanging out with girls because everything they say is crazy. It makes no sense. It's either arguments, gossip, and then they influence the ones who are calm to do the crazy shit that they do. You might have a girl who's, minding her own business. She might go out with her friend, and then her friends are crazy. They all hang out together, whatever. Might go to a party. She got a man, and they'll get all, let's get shots, girl. And she don't want to look like you're so boring. Why you be here? So she will engage in it. She's a woman. She's weak. So guess what? She goes along, get along, whatever, do all that shit. And then what happens? She come back home all guilty because she found out that day. And when I was all intoxicated, my friends saw another guy rubbing up on me, touching me, kissing me, all this shit. And they didn't say nothing. They didn't stop the nigga, knowing that I got a man. So now I woke up conscious. Oh my God, this is what happened. They got video. Of course, she's drunk, laying on the floor, recording this shit. Look at her get destroyed. And she come back home all messed up. Now she's like, Dad, I don't know what to do anymore, man. And then she got to get chastised. Now you feel some type of way. You got to get that. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Man, read that again.
It says, give me, Ecclesiasticus 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Damn, the plague of the heart meaning your mind. If your mind is plagued, you got demons on you, man. That's what that means. You got niggas that transform, and then they actually believe. I saw this commercial, man. That shit got me fucked up, bro. It was a dude, and he stood in the mirror, had a wig on, dressed like a female, professional, like the female, that shit, the female skirt, dress, the suit, all that shit. Went to a job, applied on Indeed.com and all that shit. When I sat there, then the boss, the interviewer was like, I see on the application here, you don't really, what do you want me to refer to you as? He, she, they, them, shim, which one do you want? And he said, the thing was like, the thing was like, oh, I'm so happy that you took that into consideration because most people just assume things. But the fact that you're asking me what you want me to, accept, like you want what I want you to call me or refer to me as is very kind of polite. It shows that you're very open-minded and you're accepting everything in society, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, well, anything I can do to help you. Nigga, no, it was a dude, bro, standing in the mirror, like, and he got a deep ass. Why should I say he got more bass than me? Walking around talking about here, she, them, they, them. I refer to as they, them. My East sitting next to me, she looked at me like, yo, that's everything you've been saying. I said, see, what's wrong with that? She goes like, isn't that demons? That's demons, right? Because that's one person calling themselves they, them. Legion. You see? We are many. That's a plague of the mind. That's what the scripture says. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the mind, man. You a grown-ass man doing shit like this.
Hey, look in the book and that's it. Lord plagued this mind and gave him the mind of a beast.
A beast.
And the scriptures say, give me any wickedness than the wickedness of a woman. Like, do you think about all forms of wickedness? Think about Esau's wickedness. Look at the shit Esau done. Pedophilia, all this hurting children, you know what I'm saying? All experimenting on people, torturing people. These are all forms of wickedness. But here he says, I'd rather take that than the wickedness of a woman. Because listen, man, rule number one, never underestimate a woman. Because what she's capable of, if you were able to read her mind, you'd be afraid. You say, no, I want to stay far, far away from women. I'd rather not even deal with a woman because of the things she's capable of. And then the scary part is you will never see it from her face because she puts on a certain face. But what's up here, man? So bring it. Yeah, bring. You said you had a couple precepts? Okay. All right. And then that's
Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion than. Oh, you have? I was gonna say. Verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
See, because you know why? Because a wicked woman will be irrational with everything she says and does, man. Everything, you'll be so stressed out because a lion, once you feed a lion, that nigga chilling. He's your friend. A dragons are smart. You give them what they want and they're chilling. A woman, you can't please a woman that's wicked, man. She'll say, I want this. You give her this, she wants, I want that. The video that we saw, the woman literally poisoned a man because he cheated. How many, imagine how many times that woman cheated, man. Imagine how many times she cheated. But that's okay in society, though. You can't talk about that.
See? That almost killed the baby.
Yeah, she suffocated the baby and all that because she said, oh, the father of that baby was with another woman. So I'm going to suffocate your son or daughter just so I can record and show it to you so you don't fuck with me. That's a deranged mind. That's demons, bro.
The old people try to justify that, calling it something traumatic, something like that. Yeah, but hold on. Dealing with that verse right there. Read that verse right back again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon.
All right, understand this. A lion don't speak English. A dragon don't speak English. A dragon breathes fire. A lion could kill your ass at any second. So if I'm living in a house with a lion, I can't sleep right because I'm like, what if this nigga hungry at 3 a.m. and I'm knocked out? He ain't going to the fridge. He's coming to me. And I'm food, right? Food for the taking. So I gotta constantly be alert. I gotta, all this extra stuff. You live in a house with a lion. That means at any point he can kill your ass. Or with a dragon, which is even more because dragons have that fierce nature. They will roast you. Unforgiving. They will roast you. That's why they compare harsh laws to draconian, right? So I would rather take my chances with those. And look, man, a man wouldn't want to encounter a lion in the forest. Neither would a man want to even encounter a dragon in the forest. But he said, I'd rather live in the same house as one or the other than a woman. How bad does a woman have to be, man? If I saw a lion over there, I'm going to be over here. And then I'm going to be out. But you telling me I'd rather take that lion in my house than to be in the house with a wicked woman? God, man.
That's because women, right? They're like a sponge for wickedness, right? And you heard the brother saying, you know, a woman's wickedness. The scripture says that a woman's wickedness is worse, right? Damn, how do I put, like Esau's wickedness can't be compared to
Right.
because a woman's like a sponge for wickedness, right? Esau's wickedness, Moab's wickedness, Ishmaelite wickedness. This bitch can absorb all of it and bring that to your house. Now that's why it says I'd rather dwell with a lion than a dragon with a woman. Is because Daniel showed us that to be on the bad side of the Most High, he would rather be thrown in the cave with a lion, right, than for the Most High to be against you. And this woman, a wicked woman, does nothing but brings nothing but misfortune onto your house. And the greatest misfortune that she's gonna bring is a wrath of the Most High upon your whole house.
Your wife.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. And the scripture says what it says is because it says it compared it to two animals, a lion and a dragon. Why? Because those animals, they'll do what animals do. A lion, if you study a lion, you know how to cope with a lion because you understand the nature of a lion.
See them dudes where they be playing
They
with
play with a
the
lion,
lions and all
exactly, because
that.
they understand the nature of a lion. They know, all right, so he's not going to attack me now. Why? Because he understands how lions move.
I got a picture of the kind of lions that they were dealing with. It's called a Barbary lion. And these niggas got like, let me see, they have like eyebrows, man. Like,
Go back there.
yeah, like back there. You see the emotions on these guys?
Oh, shit.
Like they were cloned. They're not as good as they back then, but they are cloned. You see the emotions? Yeah. I don't even know. You can show it to the camera. The emotions in their eyes, man. This is the kind of lions that they were dealing with.
Yeah, see, and then it says what, a dragon. If you understand the characteristics of a dragon, you could cope with a dragon.
Aragon,
Yeah. You see,
Yeah,
you could cope with a
like
dragon,
a
but a
dragon.
woman, you could never really understand a woman. You see, they call it female nature and all this different stuff. They got a whole thing, female nature. Like you gotta really understand the nature of a woman.
She got
That's
an
a whole thing.
abnormal nature though. When
Yes.
she's wicked, because a lion, maybe you like you said, you study the routine, wake up late, maybe around this time you're usually hungry. It ain't like that with the woman, because a lion you can keep the same energy with it all the time. The woman, you keep the same energy, the next day she come with some wild shit.
They're unpredictable.
She wake up in the morning, why are you still sleeping? What do you mean? Why am I still? I'm tired. Like yo, I want to go here at this time in the morning. I want to go to the beach at 3 a.m. What can you mean 3 a.m.?
She's wicked and she's impulsively wicked. That's a problem.
She might hit you with a frying pan.
Yes. Or she'll just be like, I had a dream that you cheated on me, slap the shit out of you. You be like, what the fuck? What happened? Oh, I had a dream that you was cheating on me.
Remember that woman that was when we heard the talk show? She said she was riding her man.
Oh yeah. she said the rod was so good, she slapped him in the back of his head while she was on top of the man. And he said, yo, why the fuck you slapping the shit out of me like that? She goes like, oh, I just thought about how you could possibly be doing this to another woman, and it got me pissed. So I had to smack you.
It's so good. I wouldn't want you to do this to any other woman, but just the thought that could be a possibility got me so upset that
You're in the moment of pleasure, and that's what your mind goes to.
where we at because of the woman, man. Look at where we at.
Hey, scripture say, of the woman came sin, and through her we all died.
Oh,
See?
Verse 17. Verse 17. It says, "The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth."
Eyelids, yeah, you could tell the wickedness of a woman from her eyelids, man. You know, you could tell because women are wicked. We call it the mask. You know, they change their countenance. They put on the mask for 2 months, 3 months, and once they get comfortable around you, they take that mask, and you be like, oh, I'm dealing with a demon
See,
here.
what's that dude's name from Mortal Kombat with the 4 arms and shit?
Goro, yeah,
that's-
See a little
right?
You got it.
The precept to back up what you just said. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in their haughty looks and eyelids.
Woman's supposed to have a very calm look, shame face. But these women stare at you, and they force you to break your look. You look at it like, yo, I'm in the gym, like, yo, you, man, dudes, yo, you got dudes that walk out, they be like, yeah, this dude is huge. And then you got a female that's staring at you, like, she letting you know, like, yo, I like your presence. I want you to come attack me.
Like when we went to the oil place, that woman
Yeah, they're mad bold, bro. Yeah, you like, yo, in the midst of men, like lions, bro. You got this female just walk right through us like it's nothing. Like, yo, and I'm just looking at it like, yo, if you are pretty, we'll all look at you and be like, damn, she's fine. You look like a freaking man, bro. You bald, you look, yo, you look bad, bro. And I'm like, why are you even outside? Yeah, like you. Yeah, I'm like,
that's why I was like, I stepped back. So don't even touch me. These women, they think this slick. If they see one y'all that they like, they're gonna purposely get close to you, and then there's mad space here, but she's gonna turn her ass to you and then try to like grind on you before she takes that step. And I'm like, don't do that over here. So I'm gonna jump back and I'm gonna give you all the space you need. Cause like, but they do that, and you know what's funny? It's calculated. But they do that because if you notice it and you say something, it can seem like it's an accident. But if you don't notice it, then again, it's calculated. So that's why you never underestimate the woman, because they know exactly what they're doing. Because they cannot outrun you, or, you know, well, nowadays they physically, you know, but they use what's up here. Their thing is, I gotta get in here. I gotta get into this guy's head. I can't physically hold him down. But if I hold him down over there, then you wonder why this big brother guy subject to this little ass woman, because she knows how to manipulate. That's the word.
That's how the book
manipulate.
It's a escape mechanism. Like how we have the fight or flight response. Women are blessed with a loud voice, so they can scream in case they're attacked, and they can use their brain. So if a man is about to attack them, she could be like, okay, fine. Instead of letting this guy take hold and rape me because I'm trying to resist and he's stronger than me, I'm just gonna play along and be like, okay, come with me to my house then. Let's just go. And then I'm gonna do something. Hey, it's in the scriptures. Where she took him to the tent and then just stabbed him in his forehead, pierced right through his shit. I forgot who it was.
Happened on 2 accounts.
Judith,
Judith,
Daenerys, yeah.
and Sisera.
Sisera, yeah,
in the book of Judges.
Sisera was the one who got stabbed.
No. In the book of Judges, when he came into the tent and she gave him milk and everything, right? And then she took the nail of the tent and she killed him. Judith, I think she cut off his head. Yeah. I'm gonna nice. She didn't really drink or nothing. And then he was like, okay, he just fell asleep. And then when she was like, Lord, give me strength. Okay, I got something right here. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. That's what Holofernes did, and he got murked. Now, I don't mean you see a woman, I can't look at nope. If she's bad, I can't. No. But what it means is when you stumble, that means you're not paying attention. So you see her, they show you that all the time. Dudes see a pretty woman and they get stupid, you know? They get simple. That's what the scripture is saying. When you see a woman, it's not just about, I should fat. Because then what? If you design her for pleasure, you're going to do whatever it takes just to get into that. Bingo.
Hey, man. A woman will cause you a spot on the chariot, man. I'm telling you, that bitch can do that shit.
She gonna grab you like Jacob and Esau as you getting beaten up. Nah, nigga.
Lord says, and prophesy thou against them, and say, verse 18, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, woe to the woman that sew pillows to all armholes, and make kerchiefs upon the head of every stature to hunt souls.
Right. So that's talking about the flamboyant things. They wear all these tight, skimpy clothing. You see, they put all these ornaments on. They're very flamboyant. They do things that's like, damn, you see a picture and you're like, damn, why is she dressed like that? She wearing a thong, but she got a mando and her ass is out, talking about, oh my God, look at my hair. Bitch, look at us when you're talking about your hair. Don't turn your ass to us and be like, my hair and my ass. My nails. Your nails is here, but then we see your ass. Like, what's going on with them cheeks though? You see, that's what we thinking.
Then they get mad when you look.
You know what's funny? We talking about the woman that
ladies. We talking about the ladies. She gonna put the shit out, and when you look at it, what the fuck you looking at? What do you think I'm looking at?
See, but society has programmed you to the point where, majority of the clothing that women could even get it promotes that type of shit. So even if she doesn't want to, she's gonna have to be extra not to look like that. See what I'm saying? So it's even harder for women to even be righteous, even in the truth. You're supposed to have your hair covered, but it's hard to do that because the system is created where you can't even dress like that. You see?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. I got a homeboy. He got a decent girl. She's nice, fine, and everything. But when she go on Instagram, she see other women, what they doing. They're going to Miami. They're doing this and that. He be like, she be coming to you with all this bullshit. Like she seeing what they women do. She be like, yo. He be like, yo, cut that shit out. You not like them. Don't even try to follow them. You're not built for that. Exactly. But they get influenced by Instagram and Facebook and all that, and they think that they can live that life. And it's like, nah.
That's why Chief Gabar always says, you know, we want to get women overseas because, hey, even then they still corrupt, but, you know, yeah. And when they come here, especially if they come here not at a young age, but at an age where they've been instilled the right discipline, the things that are done here are foreign. It's unusual to them. Yeah. And if they're under a good they're gonna be like, you know, they're gonna isolate themselves from that. So when you meet them, yeah, they may be in Babylon, but they may not be Babylonian, you know. So to that, like, hey, to the best of your ability, right?
And even that, bro.
Even that.
Still women.
Hey, King Solomon said of 1,000 found none. And he dealt, he first off, hold on. King Solomon was one of the wisest, right? So he could detect, there's things he could look at a woman and give you a whole book on her just by looking at her. And we gotta be, all right, well, I thought I was a G, but all right, hold on. He said her eyes, well, how do you know that? But then you'll find out what he said is true. So he did that, but then he also had experience, 1,000 women, and you wonder why it was all different, right? He had women of different nations. So you can say I had 1,000 Israelite women, but somebody could say, well, what about the Moabite women? Maybe they're not like that. So he knew from experience of all of them, and he could say that, look, she may come off more humble, she may come off more aggressive, but at the end of the day, what are they? They're both women. And women have a certain genetic code. A car, right? If you look at a car, for example, you have Honda, right? Let's say a Honda Accord. You have Chevys. You have Toyotas. These are all different colors, different models. They all come in different shapes and sizes. But what do they all have? Tires, an engine, steering wheel, seats, windows, windshield wipers. All cars have these things. So it doesn't matter what the car looks like in the beginning. Guess what? It's still a car. It's still going to have tires. When you press the accelerator, guess what? It's still going to move. Just like a woman. She may come looking like a Toyota. You're like, damn, she's different because she don't look like a Honda Accord. But guess what? Step on the gas and what's going to happen? She going to move. So, she look like she's humble. She probably not like these ratchet bitches. Guess what? Pull that trigger and you're going to get the same reaction.
The precept. This is Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
That's right. And there's a scripture that says the Most High gives, a man that pleases him, a silent voice. Yeah, there we go. You can't pay for it. Yeah, I think it's in one of those chapters. It's more.
Oh, no.
So who can find, especially now. King Solomon found one back then, and that was years ago. How much more for now? Really? Now? My goodness, man.
The scripture says that the wickedness, and second Ezra says the wickedness grows exponentially. So yeah, just keep that in mind, man. Like,
hey, it's getting worse and worse. Hey, even to now where some women who are with men of the Lord, I would say, and have some type of consciousness, they can see the wickedness and they call it out. They be like, yo, how is Cardi B on stage doing all this WAP dance with the stallion? Yeah, that shorty. They like doing all this shit. And it's not even dancing. It's like when it's up and it's whatever the fuck that shit is. It's like, this is not music. This is noise. You should be put in jail. Noise pollution, bro. You see? But that's what they do. And then they say, oh, you guys are hate speech. You hate women. Oh, you guys are sexist, blah, blah. We're telling you about order and you don't want to hear, but guess what? Everybody gonna be in order very soon, man. All this talking shit, soon when the things happen that we're telling you about, that we're giving you the warning about, when it happens, you're not gonna be talking. And we're gonna see what's gonna be happening then, man.
Hey, but you know what too? I will say one thing too concerning the balance of it all. It's men and women. It's just there's an emphasis on women because I think Pastor Ramlov mentioned this as well, that the wickedness, the most wicked man doesn't compare to a wicked woman, right? Because now you're jumping almost into a different weight class. But even still, you have certain dudes, right? Because the whole world is out of order. You got certain dudes that are a certain kind of way, and maybe you have a good woman, or a decent woman, and then she meets this guy, and then she gets turned out. She becomes a hoe. You see, there's a scripture that says not to put her away for any other reason. There's a particular reason, but just you can't just put her away just for nothing, because what does that do? It makes her a whore. So based on how these men, because look, we're not saying that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to turn you into slaves, put shackles on you, throw you in the basement somewhere. You're going to treat the woman right. But you got men that aren't actually men, and then they treat women a certain kind of way, and they put a certain kind of vibration on them. Then when the man dips, guess what? The woman is now a psychopath, and she's going out into the world. So how many men are creating psychopaths who are now having children, and what are they passing on down to their children, especially if she's a woman? Guess what? Make her a psychopath. Or if he's a man, he ain't shit. So he grows up not be shit. Then he meets another woman. Then he corrupts her. So now you got everybody corrupt, men and women. And then you got the elect, all right, who are like, yo, what the hell is going on in the world? It's like we were in that book, Sleeping Beauty. It's like we were asleep, and we woke. We literally, that's what it was, and we woke up like as if from the ancient world, we slept and we woke up now. Hey, hold on. Nah, that's hold on. Let me make the connection, because all right. So you gotta think about it, right? You got the spirits of the elect, right? Which there was a great falling away. So what this truth does is it activates that elect spirit. It's almost like two different yous, right? You got the elect you, and then you got the worldly you. And so the elect you was sleeping dormant inside you for all these years up until you heard the truth. And then that's when the elect you woke up. So that's why when you wake up, you see things differently, because it's like the different you has woken up. And you're like, what the hell happened? Last thing I remember, I was walking with the disciples over here, and now I wake up and what the hell? Women are compassing men. They doing this to children, and you wonder why we find a problem with everything. And people who know you are like, what's with the sudden change? Because it's a different you. The scriptures say that, man, that the old man gets killed, dies, and then a new man comes out. So that's literally the waking up of the elect that's within you, because he was asleep.
Hey, that's why, sometimes my Evie says, she was like, yo, I feel like you from a different world. I'm like, I feel like an old man, because everything I say and do seems negative to you. Why? Because everything niggas is doing is wicked and negative. So I gotta call it out. We're men, we're objective. We're not subjective. We don't play games, and we gotta call it down the middle. That's what being a man is about, man. You see it for what it is, and you say it for what it is. And that's it. Now, this society teaches you, no, you cannot be objective. You have to pick a side. You gotta be subjective. That means, if a woman is saying something wrong and she's your woman, you got to support. Oh, you know what, baby? Right. No, you got to, no, you know what? That part right here, you're wrong. And I'll tell you why. And then you explain it to her. You be like, you know what? You went out this time, and you got fucked up. You got beat up by this bitch and so on and so forth. You know why that happened? We're going to call it down the middle. Well, first of all, you shouldn't have done this in the first place for this to happen. Next time, what happens? When she goes there, she's going to be cognizant of that. Because women are like kids, but you got to be able to deal with them and understand. Like the brother said, when women come into his truth and they become subject to the man, a man of the Lord, it's not like we're putting shackles on you and telling you, oh, bitch, do this, clean the house, and get to the base. You're right. Walk around with a dress with no panties, I can slap whatever I want. You're just there, possession, I could just use you. You're a sex slave. No. But women who are men, who are with men of the Lord, you come into something known as order, righteous order. And guess what happens? Your life is at peace. You start to notice that all that rambunctious, high-spirited bullshit that you do is all gone.
You don't want it anymore.
You don't want it anymore. Now your spirit gets quiet. You become calm. You know, everything you do is reasonable. You're not overspending because bitches is telling you, oh, let's have a girls' night out. Oh, let's go drink. Every Tuesday you're drinking. Damn, the week just started. Can you not just, damn, every night you spending mad money on wines and drinks and shit. Spend money on females that be smoking. That shit is crazy as hell. Smoking weed. You spend mad bread on weed and you don't know where your money's going to. You spend money, nails, this, that. Mad artificial. Chemicals. All the hair products you use is all chemicals. When you meet a man of the Lord, we're teaching you, the food that you eat, you got to change that. The water you drink, the way you think, everything you do changes. The way you dress, the way you see things, it changes.
What you say,
how you say it. Now people are seeing different. Like, damn, you don't eat pork no more. I can't choose not to eat pork. Damn, like the choice I'm making is a problem now. You see, I got to accept you for what you do, but you can't accept me for what I do. What's the problem there? But what you're doing is wicked. You see? And we get called, the hypocrite, exactly. You see, so when men stand up and say, nah, we're going back to our standard. We're going back to the truth. We're going back to what works. Because all the shit you've done doesn't work. That's why you're still in this predicament, and it's getting worse.
Right.
You see, so when we step up and say, nah, the Lord said this is how you're supposed to live life. Do what works. No, we don't want to do that. You guys are being this. Guess what? What is going to happen? You're going to wish you knew what works. Because that's that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And you're only going to get that from a man of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? You got it, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like you know, like the scripture says, when a man cleaves unto a woman, meaning she takes a woman, that word cleave. When a woman cleaves unto, when a man cleaves, when a man takes a woman, they become one flesh. Scripture says so, right? And so when a woman is with a man that is strict and a man that is very orderly, right? It feels as if there's too much restriction on him. But really what's going on is that we are making them aware of the narrow path that the Most High has set for men. If we're one flesh in the spirit and I'm supposed to walk down a narrow path, I'm gonna make sure your ass don't fall to the side, to the left side or to the right side. That's how it feels like in the spirit. So when they become aware of the burden that the Most High has set on men, and how if you want to be beside a man of the Lord, you have to be aware of the burden that he has to take. So you can't be, a man don't want somebody who's going to distract him from the burden that he has to carry. That's how it feels. All right. So these women, I don't even know how to put it, but like, that is how it seems like. It's not as if like the man want to put you in like shackles and throw you in a dungeon or something like that. But that's not it. That's just for you to understand the reality of the situation that the Most High has set.
I mean, say, the terms that I would think really go with that is for an orderly man to get a woman that's loose. In the hood, they call it loosey-goosey. And a girl that's loosey-goosey, nobody don't want to wipe up because she all over the place. Rather she drink too much, smoke too much, have sex too much, or just loud and out there partying and all that. No man want to wipe that down, you know what I mean? So when you got an orderly man, chances are we looking for women that's nowhere near like that. Every man of the Lord that's in this circle right now, we ain't with that. And she could look as good as whoever, but her ways and actions speak louder than her beauty. And that's what makes her stay away from it. The beauty ain't everything.
Got a quick precept because you mentioned that. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He is a yoke. Now you know what a yoke is? It's like yeah. Now you have the yoke for animals, right? But you also have the yoke that they put on us during slavery, literally like the shackles, and they put it around your neck, and then they'll have like a chain. What do they call that? The walk of death or something like that? The march of death, where they would shackle one slave to another, and you just keep on walking. Yeah. So now imagine if you got a collar of metal on your neck hooked to a chain, and it says that a wicked wife is like a yoke shaken to and fro. So that means I'm grabbing you and I'm like that, and the collar is like yanking you here, some shit. That's what that feels like. That's what a wicked wife. So, and why is it a yoke? Because you're stuck with her, right? Unless you put her away. But anyway, that's what it's like. And it says, he that taketh hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. So now any man in their reasonable mind, in their right mind, sees a scorpion, you're not going to hold a scorpion, are you? But you gotta be, if you grab a scorpion, you gotta be intoxicated or drunk or high as hell out your mind or something. Yeah. Before you grab hold of a scorpion. And if you grab a scorpion and you get stung, nobody's gonna feel bad for you. Y'all got stung by a scorpion. Oh, what happened? I'll grab it. Nigga, find your ass somewhere, bro. Go ahead.
So, this is 1 Timothy chapter 5, starting from verse 5. Starting from verse 6, it says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." Right. So the brother's talking about how because nobody wants a death smell in their house or something like that. So nobody gonna bring your ass in, man. Just keep that stink ass outside. That's how the saying goes. She belongs to the streets or something like that. Yeah. You don't belong in the house, man. And they literally stick. Women that give up themselves like that, they going around. And the worst thing is, you want to be a hoe because society pushes that thing to be the norm. Why don't you let niggas strap up? You let dudes slap it up raw, bust all up in you because you're on birth control. Like that shit is so stupid. And then you end up smelling the way you smell, you know, and real men don't want to deal with that shit, and you get upset. Oh, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you saying this? Why? Oh, you telling me my pussy stink? Yeah, but I just said that. That's what I said. I said, I don't like that. Get out of my face. You see? But they get upset. They think we're talking down on them. No, we're telling you what you're doing is wrong. Repent. So if we're telling you what you're doing is wrong, obviously you're going to feel some type of way. You're going to take the defensive because you're wrong.
That's why they kill Yahushua.
That's why they killed Yahushua, man. Yeah, get that.
All right, this Proverbs 11, verse 22. It says, as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout.
Oh,
this is Proverbs 11, verse 22. It says, as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
Boom. So you could be beautiful, but like a gold in a snout's mouth. What's gonna happen to that? What does a snout, a swine's snout do? They use it to push their shit, mud, all that shit. They don't look at gold as we do. It's precious. I'm not gonna take gold and fucking rub it in mud and shit. That's not what I'm gonna do with it. But a fair woman without discretion, you know what that means? She's beautiful, but she's dumb. She don't know what's righteous. She don't know what's good and bad. She just goes around doing whatever. You be like, damn, you too pretty to be doing this dumb shit. Because she doesn't even know what she has. She doesn't know her beauty. I got you, brother. She doesn't know her beauty. She doesn't know her worth. She doesn't understand that now. You know what? If I'm laying around with other men, that makes me shameless. That devalues me to a real man. You see, she understands, you know what? I don't disrespect men because I need men in my life. You know, I'm not going to just do whatever the hell I want to do and then come back and blame the man for every mistake that happens in my life. No, I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to learn how to clean. I'm going to learn how to cook. I'm going to make myself a valuable woman just in case some shit hits. This man is going to be like, you know what? I'm going to protect you. Just do what you got to do for my house. You see, that's a true woman. That's a man. She's beautiful, but she knows how to use her beauty. You see, she got beauty and brains. Most women in Babylon, they got some beauty because most of them are not pretty. They're not pretty. If you ask them, what scale would you give yourself? From 1 to 10, what are you? She gonna jump and say 7.
49ers.
They're 49ers. She a 4, but she really thinks she a 9. You see? But she'll say, oh, I'm a 7. Well, 7 is off the list. You can't use 7 no more. So are you an 8, 10? Are you an 8, 9, 10? A dime piece? Or are you a 6, 5, 4? What are you? And most women will really fall in that category of 4 and 5. You see, if 7 is taken off the list, and according to this guy, Kevin Samuels, women that are 8, 9s, and 10s, we're talking Beyonce level. We're talking Rihanna level. We're talking women that are up there type shit. They ain't even a 10. You want a 10 going to overseas. That's 10. We're not talking about social media 10s. No, we're talking real life 10, man. And most women who post pictures and shit, you see them in real life, you're going to be like, man, I would not talk to you. Even if you're the last woman on earth, I would not talk to you, man.
Social media is like their makeup. It's their makeup. Like makeup. Proverbs 11:22, it says, as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
Now, I may say, who was Yahweh God talking to when he said, he shall not cast the pearl before swine?
Right.
Hey, but at the end of the day, that swine represents filth, man. You know? And it was the pearls that like the men, like we are considered the fine gold of our birth. Pearls represent jewelry, man. Treasure, gems. And us as men, he's not going to pass a blessing on to something that's full of filth, man. You know?
Hey, and real quick, I was just meditating on that. So I said, woo! Because let's say you see a swan, right? And you see the jewel in the swine's snout. Now, which one is valuable, the swan or the jewel? The jewel. So when you might buy the swan and keep it in your house, but you have it with you because you're hoping that one day you're gonna be able to get that jewel out. Every day, what are you gonna be doing? Every day you're gonna be trying to get that jewel out because a pig, all right, the water. A pig is not gonna sit there and say, "Yo, come and touch my nose and come get this jewel out." Hell no, it's impossible. So maybe at nighttime you might go and try to, let me see them. Then it wakes up and then it runs. And your whole life you're like, I want that jewel in that snout, and I just gotta. How am I gonna get that jewel? I don't care about the pig. I just needed to stay still enough for me to get the shit. But you're never doing it, so you're constantly chasing that opportunity to get that jewel from the swine's snout. Now, when you look at a fair woman, and then without discretion, that's like the jewel is her being fair.
But she comes with the without discretion, which is the swine. And what you want is for her to be, you want the fair woman, but you want to leave behind the extra, without discretion. So each day you're trying to find, how am I going to get this woman to where she's beautiful, but how do I get rid of the without discretion? Meaning, I want the jewel, but how do I get rid of the pig? It comes together. Every time I go for it, it's the whole package. Every time I try to show her discretion, guess what? She runs away from it. Just like every time I try to get the jewel out, the pig runs. So you're like, yo, I keep chasing this pig. I'm trying to get the jewel. She's fair, she's fine. But if only I could get the jewel, if only I could give her that discretion, man. So you're constantly chasing it, man.
So yeah, just to add on to it. To add on to it, like basically, the discretion, it's not just a woman who can keep it secret, but a woman who, like, her business all out, like always fighting, always loud. That's basically it. But long story short, the gold on the snout of the pig, it does nothing to change who. It's still a pig. It does nothing to credit the pig as a clean animal. It's still a fucking swine. So the jewel does a very little thing. All it is, all you still see is a fucking pig, and all you want is the gold. But nevertheless, you still have a pig. That's pretty much what it is.
And unless you kill the pig, you're good to go. But you can't kill the chick, because then you lose the boat.
Will ye hunt the souls of my people, and will ye save the souls alive that come onto you?
Right. So are you gonna go after the men of the Lord? Okay, that's what we're prophesying. Are you gonna also do your fuck shit, the witchcraft, the makeup, and the lies and the BS? And you ask a female, she's a whole straight hoe to you. You ask her, what's your body count? Probably like 10. It's like, like boyfriends and shit. It's not that serious. They always downplay their real count, man. Are you gonna lie to a man of the Lord, say all these different things so we could get into it, and the next thing you know, we like, damn, this bitch got me fucked, man. Bro, I start getting weak. You like, yo, what's up with you lately, man? What's going on? I don't see you doing as much as you used to be. What's going on? Oh, that's that woman that you got with, huh? She got you fucked up, huh? You might want to stay away from her, do some fasting and pray, because you look a little weak, brother. These are kind of things. That's Lord saying, you're gonna try to get my men too. So after all these souls that you done hunted down, all these niggas that you done destroyed their lives, a lot of dudes are in jail. Dudes, they make babies with you, and now their whole life changes. Niggas lose their lives. Oh, just to back you up, like somebody died over a parking lot because the woman said, "You want to let him talk to me like that?" See, that's simple shit.
And it was neighbor.
And he didn't want the woman to keep nagging him, like, but also it's a nigga's fault. Like why
he's not in order, man. It's like the precept you brought out, that he's being a yoke. Exactly. A controlling woman is a wicked woman. That's not your lot. You're not supposed to be trying to control a man. Leave a man to be a man. You have estrogen, we got testosterone. You can't try to make a man, mold a man to be like a woman. You can't do that. You see, you can't force us to think like you. You can't force us to be like you. You can't force us to talk sweet and nice. And no, we're men. That's what men do. But then they always want to do when it's convenient for them. Oh, why are you talking to me like that? Well, you gonna let him talk to me like that? Well, bitch, which one do you want? You want me to be soft and all nice and sweet, or you want me to be tough and be a man? Which one do you want? You see, she's unstable. So now if a man who is in his right mind steps up and says, nah, I'm gonna stand on something. And if you can't bow down to that thing, which is the righteous thing, then you gotta find someplace else to be. I'm not messing with you. You gotta move out the way, because if you don't, I'm gonna run you over. That's the times that we're coming in, man. You see, that's why it says she shall be trod out the way. Exactly. That's what's coming. And you're gonna have men out here who's gonna be stumping bitches down. They don't care. The cops, they're not gonna be here. 911 gonna need 911.
X-Cop gonna be stomping.
Yes.
Like that. Boondock stomping.
Yeah. A lot of people are about to get judged, especially these women. You rebellious women. You don't listen. You got problems with your father. Women, always pay attention. Brothers, yo, if you're dealing with a woman and she got a bad relationship with her father, yo, check that. Because that's what's going to happen. She's going to rebel against you. If she can rebel against her own father, how much more you? It's not, yo, bro, it doesn't matter what you say.
You're not my father.
You're not my father.
But even your father can't put you in check.
Boom. So what's going to happen then? So she's not even in her right element. You see? So now you got to step up. You got to be mad, extra, ultra, alpha, just so she could do the regular basic shit. What you need all that for? Be you, Just do the right thing, and the Lord's gonna provide you with what's needed for you, man.
Hey, but that's why Paul said, Salaki, that's why Paul said that I would that you were as me, because you ain't hear Paul complaining. Now, Paul knew a lot about women, but it wasn't about him, you know. But he says, even if you do have a wife, be as though you had none. Okay? Meaning that the same way you were, like you were saying, focused and doing what you got to do. Even if you get a shorty, you still got to stay focused, man. That means that you don't care if she leaves or if she stays. Why? Because you're focused. Now, that doesn't mean go mistreat her, but it means that don't get phased, don't lose your shit. You got a lot of people that say, oh, the whole world came crashing down when their shorty left. That's because you made her your whole world. If you're in a relationship and you don't have perspective, you are the slave. Perspective meaning you need to have ambition. You need to have something that you do. What happens when she's at somewhere and you're not talking to her? It's all you do is sitting there thinking about her? Then of course she's going, if she leaves, you're affected. But if you're doing something to where now she has to try and that's why, what do they always want to do? When they find out that the reason you're spending so much time away from them is because of the truth, what they want to do? They want to take you away from that. They want, because what happens with us? When we're not doing the work, we're thinking about the work, right? We're always thinking about spirituality. When we're doing a sit down, we're doing it. When we're not, our mind is thinking about it. That's what they want to take that position. They want it to where, yeah, you're with me, but you go home, but you texting me, you calling me. So whenever you're away from me, I'm the one you're thinking about. So she's jealous of what? Wisdom, kakama. But that's why Paul said, look, man, the only woman that should really, that you should really give your whole time to is the truth, man. Because guess what? You may give up the truth for that woman, but is she gonna get, like Yash was saying, she gonna get you in a chariot? No. Where's she really gonna get you? Really think about it. Where is she gonna get you? Oh my God, she ain't gonna give me no box. Well, so what? You know? So what? Look at what's coming, man. You act like the Lord said, all right, she don't give you no box, you're gonna die boxless. Yeah. The kingdom, you ain't getting shit either. Thank you, man. Thank you, because you're gonna get to the kingdom like, yo, fam, it's in abundance. Oh, yeah. If I just waited, it's in abundance. I was gonna get it. Look, man, every Israelite man is gonna get box in abundance in the kingdom. That's a sit down. Box in abundance. No, really. Every Israelite man is gonna get box in abundance in the kingdom. It's only a matter of time. So why would you miss out on the deliverance, being a part of the founding fathers, being a part of the body, like you were saying, the administrative body, seeing Yahushua's return? Well done, my good and faithful servant, being crowned by the Lord, being recognized by Yahushua, being the top of the top, spiritual power, all these things. We're going to be the first to experience it. We're actually going to be the first men to experience that transition from human to God, the actual first taste of it. And you want to miss all of that for something you're going to get either way? You're going to be in the kingdom like, yo, first off, this box is better than the shit that I gave up my spot for. How you gonna feel about that?
And you get yo, buzz get boxed easy over here this side, man. Imagine the kingdom. This is easy. This is easy shit. And I'm not saying it to be rude or nothing, but it's true. These women are easy to get. You just gotta have a purpose. You gotta come off as somebody who has values. Then they're gonna get up easy. You know, do what you gotta do. Be about principles and see how these women gonna flock to you, man. Because they know that what? There's something different about this guy. When I'm talking to him, he's not talking to me about, did you get vaccinated yet? Like a dumbass. have you gotten your vaccine yet? Like, nigga, bitches, a real woman is looking at that like, this fucking simp ass nigga, this idiot's talking about vaccine. Chimpanzee ass nigga. Yeah, exactly, man. A real woman, yo, some of these, and guess what? We're gonna be getting a lot of these pretty ass women too in the kingdom. Isaiah 4:1 is gonna predominantly.
They all gonna be pretty, but it's gonna be a matter of preference.
Before that, even here, Isaiah 4:1, most of the women we're gonna be getting are gonna be pretty, 9s and 10s. 9s and 10s. You know why? Those are the only ones that are available right now. All the 4s, 5s, they're easy. Every nigga got them. The 9s and 10s, niggas don't never talk to them. You know why? Because they feel like, oh, she's too pretty for me to talk to. So they're always there by themselves. So when a man like us comes in, that we can teach you things, we can have you, yeah, forget about you being 9s and 10s. You're a nice dime piece. I like you and all, but guess what? You're going to listen to my story. Guess what? She's turned on by that because she's not used to a man putting her in check. He's disregarding the thing. Oh, you pretty. Yeah, that's cool. You nice and pretty. I'm a man, though. What's up? I could give you this. I could show you this. I could teach you this. And women love that. She'll take that subject.
You how to speak my language.
Yeah. See? With the scriptures, man, with the truth. I can give you something you don't even understand. That's what. So understand it.
Yeah, so. Hey, but guess what? Even a lot of these 9s and 10s going to be put to death too. You know why? Because they're proud as hell. You know? And they don't want to be taught. Because you got, yeah, man, look, man, we'll put it like this. You can have a certain woman, maybe a sister or whatnot. She may not be the baddest chick out there, but inwardly, she got a very beautiful spirit. Guess what? When the time comes, look, man, she gonna get a new body anyway. You know, where her body is gonna match the beauty of her spirit. You know, because a lot of them get overlooked as well. Because they're like 4s and 3s and 2s. Ain't nobody, why would I go after her? You know, unless maybe just a hit. Because think about it, right? You got a dude that goes after a chick that he sees as a 4. But she's smart and she got some decency and self-respect. So guess what? She ain't gonna give it up easy. You think this dude is gonna sit there and say, hold up, first off, I'm dealing with you a 4 and you playing hard to get? Yo, fam, take a seat somewhere, man. Because if I want hard to get, matter of fact, I just shoot for the big shot, right? Shoot for the 10, right? So you're gonna have some of these women that are just there, whatever, doing their own thing, and the Lord's gonna have mercy on them. The same way, status-wise, that's how we're looked at in the world. Sometimes, it's not really physical, it's more status-wise. When a woman is looking at a man, it's more status-wise. That's why you see some bad women with some, maybe not the best-looking men. And you're like, wait, come on, wow, that's a shorty, watch the look, and hit. Because it's not about the looks. After a certain period of time, it's not about the looks. And that's why the Lord said what? He's taking the lowly and the meek, right? Now, for a man to be lowly and meek, it's not really about appearance. Because what does the world judge men on? Your status, your salary, all these things. Women is what? Your beauty. So when a woman is lowly and meek, maybe, hey, there's some bad women out there. There's some women that don't look, like a 10, but she's humble because of that. Hey, guess what, man? You rather be around a woman that's humble. She may not be the best looking, but because she's humble, it adds some attractive value to her looks. Yeah, because there's some chicks that are bad, but they're not attractive. Man, I tell you all the time. And man, I've showed people like, yo, this the chick. And then they'll people in the world, and they'll get mad at me. They'll look at me like, yo, what the hell is your problem? What's wrong with you? If you don't want that, pass it over here. We're struggling. But you like, how could you not be attracted to that? It's because it's not about her look. Thank you. And you it's a feeling, because there's a saying, after sex, what's next? All right, you have sex with her, then what? Then what? Because guess what? Before you bust that nut, oh yeah, I'm trying to hit it. But then that's when afterwards you start to think with this. And as men, afterwards you don't want to really be around her, right? You want to do something. It's like, oh, get on. I don't want that clingy shit. I want to go do my own thing. Now, guess what? After sex, what's next? Now she becomes the ex, because now you're thinking of now you're really thinking. You're trying to have a conversation with her. She don't, you know what I'm saying? Yo, make me this. She don't want to do it. You're like, what the fuck? Why am I dealing with this chick? Right. You just wanted to hit, but now you're like, what up? Now what? Now I'm hungry. Can you make me something? No. Can you cook? No. Can you clean? No. So why the hell are you here? After sex, what's next? You got to think about that, man. That's why it says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, because it's a business. She got to be able to do more for you than just give you box, because every woman, but at least, for the most part, they were born with a box, Come on.
And back in the ancient times too, women had some type of, they were able to do things. So you have a woman that's like, yo, she could sew, and that's a business right there in and of itself. She could build tents, she could make the little things that people actually need. Like she learned trade. You see, right now, there's no such thing. Now it's like, go to college, get a degree, and work. But what if, like the whole COVID shit, what if there's no jobs? The guy that you're with making 6 figures, his numbers are digital though. Once the digital market collapses, he's not valuable anymore. The ones who are going to be valued are the ones who step into shit. The ones who work with their hands. The ones who are not sitting behind a computer wearing skin tight jeans and a fucking tie shit, like, choking their ass, and they're sitting there like listening to a woman tell them what to do. They're not doing that. They're actually about that shit. Like, yo, he could go outside, come back with a freaking deer over his shoulder, like, what's up? Yo, make that place ready. We about to cook and eat. Electricity about to go out soon. How many people do you know are planning that? And say, yo, get some, fuck, petrol, gas and all that. Get some charcoal, man. Get that shit. It could last you 90 days. It's gonna be the summertime. Get some shit. Like, you got men that actually, the little charcoal joint here. Learn these things. Know how to use it. All right, cool. You know what?
There's traits.
Yeah. You use the traits, and then you learn how to use these things. Learn how to cope with nature. A lot of people don't live around nature. They live in places like this. They see a freaking roach and they bug. Oh my God! they don't bite. Trust me, they don't bite. You see, all these different things. You don't know these people are afraid of the most simplest shit. They don't know what the hell is going on. So imagine you already have fears when the system is already constructed how it is with police going everywhere and all this shit, so-called safety everywhere. People are still afraid. So imagine when all those safety things are taken away, you're going to need a real man. And those men are going to be the men of the Lord because we understand what's happening. We know what's happening. We know what's to come next. We know if this happens, it means this. So that's going to be the end result of that. So if that's the case, I'm planning for this, this, and that. Most people don't even know what this is all about. They're thinking this is just like this whole C-19 shit. It's just it's going to pass.
Yeah.
Little did you know this shit is here to stay. They just had to tell you that it's going to pass so you could accept it.
Yeah, things about to get very, very bad.
Man. You got another precept? Okay.
Did you ever read Isaiah 32:9? Rise up, you women that are east.
You got that?
Yeah, I read all the way down. No, you
not all the
read
way
two.
down.
You read about two. But yeah, go into that as well. And there's a reason why it says, rise up, you women that are at ease, and why they're going to lament for the teats and so on and so forth, because for the longest, they're used to having everything handed to them, you know? But the Most High is about to take all of that away. And you know, hardships, people don't cope well with hardships, especially here in America, man, because everything is handed to you. So they don't know what a power outage is like. And that's why they end up doing stupid shit. When chaos happens, people go stupid. Like what you had some dude at a freaking gas station filling his he had a pickup and he was filling his the back of the pickup with gas. No, not even in bags or nothing. Poured it in the back of the pickup, and then he started driving off. And they're looking at him like, "Yo, sir, you are pouring gasoline in the back of your pickup." He's already gone. He got his shit going. Now, please, because he's never been in a situation like that. And he's never had a reason to look at, okay, well, what would happen if I actually put gasoline in the back of my car? He never thought about something like that. So they're not used to stuff like that, like you were saying. And the Lord is preparing us. Hey, you know why we have it hard now? As the scriptures say that when we were mourning, they were laughing and vice versa. The Lord is making it hard for us now because what? Hard times make strong men. Strong men make good times. Good times make weak men. Now, we are in good times for the world, but for us, it's hard times. So good times make weak men, but hard times make strong men. So as the world is in a good time, the men are getting weak. But within that time, we are in hard times. So what's that making us? That's making us hard. So now when the world goes into hard times, guess what? We're going to be hard men. Strong men, because that's what the Lord is doing. He's trying us in the fire to prepare us, okay? All the knowledge that we learn in the scriptures, plus the Spirit of the Lord, man, we're going to be fine in that time.
To back it up, there's a famous historian, I forgot his name, but he made that connection too. But now when another empire overtakes another empire, it's because that empire has grown fat and rich. They are calm, right? They nothing threatens them anymore. So the ones that are in hard labor and they've been working all these hard, that are hardened mentally, they rise up and nobody can stop them, you know, because the opponents are just napkin niggas, you know.
The champion and the contender, right? Who's working harder?
Exactly. This is Proverbs chapter 9, starting from verse 13. It says, "A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing." Right. And a lot of these women are foolish. You know, if you're not living by the ways of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, yes, you are foolish. Okay, because without knowledge, that's what foolish means. You're ignorant of the fact. And what is a fact? A fact is something that can be proven. Okay, it's consistent of truth is consistent with the fact. See, and every time and time again, the scriptures tend to come out with facts. Yeah. Every single time, everything it's like, yo, it goes back to, oh shit, I didn't know that. You see, it's the one thing that's always dealing with facts. It's true. It's objective, and everyone comes underneath it. Nobody's above the truth. Everyone is subject to the truth because it is the truth. It's one thing. It's objective. You see. But you could create your own truths. That makes it subjective. You believe what you want to believe.
Can't prove it, though.
You can't prove it. You see? You can't prove it. That's why they got no answers, man.
So
they have no answers. They'll tell lies.
Right.
Get that real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Right. So her heart is what? Snares and nets, meaning her mind.
You know, everything she's always playing games. Every day she's playing games, man. Like, yo, she'll say shit and he'd be like, what's the point of that? Oh, I was just bored. You know, always try, like you said, they're always trying to be wicked. There's something about them. It's like, because they got nothing better to do. You see, if she's not going to work or going to school, she's idle. So she got to do something else. That's why they go partying. They stay on Instagram, scrolling. You be like, yo, you've been in the room for like 3 hours. What you doing over there? Come, let's go do this. And she's like, oh, I'm just looking at something real quick. You go and she's just online, just shopping, looking at clothing, looking at other females and how they look in the different clothing, looking at celebrities living their life, liking people shit, sharing this, laughing at this, giggling and doing nothing with her life. So what do you think is gonna happen? She start having idle thoughts.
And you know why women don't block? They don't block people in the inbox.
Right.
You wonder why a woman's inbox is full of messages. And you're like, well, they always complaining. Oh, this guy's always saying, well, why don't you block him?
Right.
Because you know what they like? It's not even, oh, well, I'm gonna say something back to him. It's just the feeling of attention. They're called being an attention whore. Right. If they want, it gives them power to be able to say, he's hitting me up, but I'm not replying. That gives them a sense of, because they don't, where else are they gonna get power? So this is the only thing where they can feel like I'm important, meaning I have something that somebody wants, and I have the option to allow it to them or deny it. But guess what? That's gonna be taken away. She gets the power. She walking down the street like, yo, and then she's ignoring you. Oh, yeah, I got something, and I ain't gonna give it to him. Now, what happens when all hell's breaking loose and he doesn't say yo? He said, yo, grab your ass, man. I called your ass. Do you get to say no? No, you don't get to say no. It's not how it works. You know?
It's like somebody, if you're doing something and somebody calls your name, most of the time you pay attention, you be like, what you call me? And then you just go be like, yo, come here real quick. Because you think, oh, you got something important to say. Very rarely will somebody call your name and you just stop and be like, yo, what? You want to come over here, come talk to me. No, you don't normally do that. You'd be like, yo, come on, yo, bro, what's good, bro? And then you come in. No matter what it is. It's the same thing like you just said. You see? But
That's true.
you want to finish that point?
Yeah, bring Wait, and what did he say? I find more bitter than death. Can you really think about that, man? Look at the world and look at what people do to stay alive. Look at what somebody would do not to die. And Solomon said, more bitter than death, the woman. You got to really think about that, man. Damn, how wicked are these women? Now, some people will not understand why Solomon said that, because they don't know. They don't actually know the true, they don't know the fullest extent of a wicked woman. They don't know female nature. Yes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Right. So if you please the Most High, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be occupied in doing the works of the Lord, which is going to take away that time that you spend with her so she can get used to you and start plotting your downfall. You see? But that's what they do. They get so used to you, they get bored. So now they look for shit to keep them interested. You see? But if you always occupy with this, yo, you going to camp every Saturday. Nah, babe, I can't spend some time with you today. Maybe when I come back, maybe tomorrow. You know? Yeah, come on, I got you. And then she's like, what does this guy do every Saturday that he can't spend time with me? Like, what is it that you're doing? Like, she's thinking, I see all my friends going out. They're going on vacation. Every time I bring up vacation, your whole mood changes. Especially if it has to do with that Saturday. What's up, man? What's going on?
You got to make up something.
Right. So now she's like, do you have like a family that I don't know about? Like a wife and kids that I don't know about? Some shit. Am I like the weak wifey? And then you go every Saturday at a specific time. And it's like, you don't even answer to my text messages till later. Like, what do you do? Like, there's no way you are this consistent and committed to something else that's not me.
Because you're somebody that during the week, you don't really do anything.
You're chilling.
So you don't go out a lot. So how come when
I said that one day? That's Saturday. Every single time you leave this house at the same specific time, and I don't know what you're doing. Hey, babe, what you doing today? I'm gonna just go hang out with my bros and stuff. Yo, we're gonna go to the park.
Well, I never hang out any other day. But I just
it's like that. Y'all hang out every week.
Whether it rains or it snows, wait, if I make plans and it rains, don't I cancel them like a paycheck? They're like, yo, y'all be doing some serious hanging out there.
Whatever shit is. You see? But that's our business, so we don't talk about it. But you might have a woman that's like, you know what? She's most likely of the elect. What happens? She'll have a different spirit. So you feel compelled to even share that with her because that's the inner counsel of the Lord. You don't want to give people the inner counsel of the Lord. This is special. That's why I be seeing people that just, I'm a Hebrew. They extra with this shit. I be like, yo, you're not even a real man of the Lord, because a real man of the Lord doesn't go around flaunting shit. You don't want people to even know what you're about because it's special. Exactly. You know, because you know it's not of you. You're like, I'm a servant of the Lord. So if anything, I'm keeping it calm and I'm just doing the best I can to please the Lord. I'm not going around, yeah, bro, yo, if you're going to work, you got fringes, you got the shirt. Them dudes, they got a shirt, they got the fringes on it just to show, yeah, I'm part of something. You know, social media on blast. Every time they put it, yeah, it's like, you're doing too much, bro. What's up with you, man?
You know what that does? That flaunts you. How do you boast the Lord? With this.
Yeah.
You constantly, what did King David say? They said, "Oh ye, everybody praise the Lord." There's another one that says, "Don't stop from ceasing to praise. Let all creatures praise the Lord." So, if you want to boast in something, use your words to boast in the glory of the Lord, not your physical. How does this glorify Yahweh Shem El Shai? How does saying, "Yo, keyword, I'm a Hebrew Israelite"? What if you out here, you're the Lord. You see what I mean?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, all the movies and scriptures, it depicts the disciples of hiding their true identity of who they were, the followers of the Lord. Not for scared sake, but because it was wise to move in a way where, the Lord wanted them to move that way, not be bold and put on garments that got all type of insignias, of him praising him. They had on humble garment, like a hood, some sackcloth type situation.
Yeah. And really, like brother saying, boasting about your garments and shit. What has that done for the Most High? Like the script, the precept last time on how when you do righteousness, like the Most High, So when that's why Yahushua called him out. He said, "You wicked, you hypocrites. You walk around with these phylacteries and all these different things, but you're not even judging according to the weightier matters of the law. Yeah. You don't have compassion. You don't have what's it? The three mercy, judgment, and what's the other and faith. That's right. The weightier matters of the law. If you don't have those three things, you're not about it like that. Because that's what Yahushua said.
These three things hang. Yep.
Boom. You see, but you got dudes that it's so crazy, and it's like I just look at them guys and I'm like, I pay attention. You could just tell the spirit, like, you're not a man of the Lord. A man of the Lord would not move that way, bro.
That's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
And when the phylacteries, when you look at, I believe it was like you had it's like almost like a little cube that had tiny scrolls that had the laws written on it, and they would bind it all over their body to show basically like how righteous they were. Like, oh, the laws, like we're always. So that's why you're saying they enlarge their phylacteries, and that's like you would say, oh, I'm a Hebrew. First off, how does that benefit you in any way, shape, or form? Do you think Paul, when they wanted to kill Paul, they put him, I think they put him in a basket and lured him over the wall by night? Why didn't Paul go out there and say, I got spiritual power? I'm a man of I'm Paul, nigga. I'll mess you up. He fled. He was saying, damn, Paul, you scared? Elijah, hold up. But this man stopped rain. This man called on fire, remember? But he booked it from Jezebel. You got to think about it. Why didn't he go up there? Why was Elijah hiding? Why didn't he go? Oh, I'm Elijah. What you talking about, man? I do something to you right now.
Why was he
disappearing
and reappearing? Why is that? Because you have to be. You got to always remember, until the Lord puts that spirit on us, you got to suppress your Superman. You got to be Clark Kent at all times. That's wisdom. Yahushua said it. Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Clark Kent is harmless. He got glasses on. He talks soft. He's nice, but he's wise.
Yes.
You see, because he knows how to play the game. You at work, you're not gonna be saying, yeah, we're Israelites. Yo, these white niggas, you're gonna be in slavery. That's not wise to do. You see, right? Scriptures say what? All things are lawful, but not expedient. Yeah. So you can't be out there. Yeah, you might say, oh, sodomites need to be put to death, but you're not gonna be going around saying shit like that, because you're bringing that negative attention that doesn't need to be there if you was to use wisdom.
You are over righteous. Why should the child destroy that?
So you see, so you going around doing too much. The Lord is looking at you like, yo, you doing too much, bro. Work with what I've given you. Yeah. Use that brain.
We're not tough guys right now, man.
Bro.
We're literally, the Lord told us we are sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right.
If you are a tough sheep in the midst of wolves, you're a dumb sheep.
Right.
Oh, there's mom was telling me this, right? She said, I'm gonna say, I forgot. I don't know. I asked, maybe you may know, it's an Akan proverb, and I forgot the name of the animal, like Akochidia or something like that. And she said, Akochidia Eyusin Questia for like long life. Basically, there's this animal that uses its stupidity to prolong its life. Okay, meaning that the animal is really smart, but he knows when to play dumb so that he can live long. Like King David, when he got captured by the king of Gath, and he spat on his beard to act. That's an example. He acted stupid to live. To you know what I'm saying? So with us over here, obviously, I'm not saying go act stupid, but sometimes you got to act ignorant among certain people, right? They might ask you something, you know, oh shit, well, you one of them your boss, you one of them Hebrew Israelites? You sound like you kind of look like Hebrew, like, oh, you mean those guys that, oh, hey, I mean, I've heard, you know, I've heard a little bit about it. Don't they like go into the Bible and stuff like that? Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, it's they mention some stuff, you know, but you know, that's them, you know, they do that. Now you're using wisdom. Because inwardly, you're not saying, I ain't no Hebrew Israelite. Inwardly, you're using wisdom. So he's like, oh, okay, I guess you just, you know, you're not a threat.
And then you, guess what? You deal with him and you speak to him from a perspective of knowledge. See, now because if you used to say, yeah, I am a Hebrew Israelite, there's nothing you're going to say that he's going to listen to.
You know why? Because the label is you know what the Esau does? He demonizes the label, and then put it like this, right? Why do I have to demonize you, shut you down, right? I gotta demonize each and every one of you. That means I gotta get information on you. Why are you a bad guy? Right. You don't even have any record, right? So how can I So I'm gonna say, all right, well, all of you are conspiracy theorists. So I'm gonna work on demonizing conspiracy theorists. And then after that, oh, they're all conspiracy theorists. That's it. I gotta step back. So I may not have anything on you, but you know what? I got things on conspiracy theorists. I may say Osama bin Laden was a conspiracy theorist. So guess what? If you're a conspiracy theorist, automatically you bombed 90. You see what I mean?
So now you could be saying the realest shit. You could be telling them truth. They know it's true. But because you are associated with the Black Hebrew Israelites, that means everything you're saying is nullified. You're a terrorist. You're a hater. You're this. But you agree with everything I just said, though. Yeah, but no, you're a Black Hebrew Israelite. I don't believe in that Bible stuff. You see, so when you're dealing with people, you gotta use a point of knowledge, especially if you're talking to a so-called white person about Edomites getting destroyed, and you gotta tell them that so-called white people are gonna get destroyed. You gotta start from the top and say, look, the Lord said his sheep are scattered throughout the whole earth. You're gonna have some that look like Africans, some that look like white, some that look like this, some that look like that. So it's not about your skin color, but it's about the spirit within you. You see, the Lord did that on purpose. So guess what? You're special if your spirit resounds with what's being said here, which is truth. You're being objective. Bear witness that we got the truth. Now you could say, "Oh, that's true. Damn. So wow. The Lord's chosen people are actually black people, huh? So-called dark people, huh? Well, I'm not black. Does that make me you're talking to somebody simple? They're gonna be like, oh, well, damn. They're gonna start hating you because you're saying so-called white prejudice. Right? It sounds very prejudiced, but it's like, yes, that's what it is. I'm telling you the truth. But remember, you have a way out of this thing. If you're not an Edomite, you see, how am I going to know if you're not an Edomite? You believe everything I'm saying from this book here. It's objective. So you're dealing with it because you're under truth. You're not above it. You're not, well, personally, you know, damn, no. Fuck all that personal shit. The Lord is not dealing with you. He don't know. He's not trying to deal with you personally. He's giving out the word. And those who are supposed to be on that word, they're going to come into that word, man. It's going to attract them.
What did Paul say? That I caught you with guile. Now, you got to, I don't know, you know, because I used to do that in high school. If I want to tell somebody something, I ain't gonna tell them. I'll make them say it. Meaning, I'm gonna maybe ask you a question here. Then I'm gonna ask you a question here. Then I'm talking, well, let's read it. And then I'm gonna have you come to the conclusion. So instead of me telling you, hey, Edomites are gonna be destroyed, how about I show you the proof and you come to the conclusion? Because if you say it out your own mouth, it don't sound so bad, right? You have to make them. That's why I said Paul said, I caught you a guile. Because I'm like, all right, go here, go here, go here, go here. You don't know where you're going until I'm like, step back and look at that. Now you tell me what you see. Oh shit. Because like you said, the truth is the truth. So if I can spread the evidence out, there's only one conclusion you're gonna come to when you see it. So when they say that, shit, damn, but I'm light skinned. So what is that? But then you gotta make them come. You see what I mean? You gotta use wisdom. All right, I ain't gonna straight up tell you, hey, white people going. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not wise.
So there's a chapter in the book where it talks about how what if you want to get a secret out of a person, and what they said is like they use an example easy like with women. If there's something bothering her, you don't ask her, hey, what's wrong? You ask her, you may ask her, hey, is there something bothering you? She's like, no, nothing's bothering, but you can tell her something's bothering. So what you do is you go around, you say, well, if there's something bothering you, what would you have done to like dealt with the situation so you can get out of her what is bothering her? Because you know how women are, they'll eventually let it out. So you go around the situation, you don't go directly at it. It can't be, it's like dealing with a wild animal, right? If you come in like this, no, you gotta maybe come like a hamster. You know, you can't just come over. You gotta come under. You know, because women have trouble being direct. If you notice, what do? They'd rather text than to call on the phone, or they'd rather speak on the phone than to FaceTime, or they'd rather FaceTime than to see you in person, because they need some indirectness in case they get caught in a position they can run back and hide in their little hole. So when you go directly, she can't. If something bothers me and it's like the whole day, what am I supposed to tell you? That's like, first thing I hate when, like, if a shorty asks me, what, if I see that WYD text, it pisses me off. When you say, what are you doing? Every 2 seconds, what are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing? You want me to tell you I'm breathing, or that I'm sitting down, or that I'm eating, or what I'm actually working on? What do you want to hear? You know? But when you're specific, like you said, right? So, you know, what was it, the meeting that you were at? You know, did somebody say something at the meeting? You know, like you said, well, what would you, what would have really pissed you off? There was a this, that, and the third. You have to sort of lead them and let them finish it. Because if you say, give me the whole sentence, they ain't gonna know where to start. Right? And once they start, they're gonna keep going. You know? Mm-hmm. Okay, bring this in. Hey, but it's very interesting how the, they say knowledge is power. All this is it's all stored in here. Knowledge is literally everything. You gotta really think about it, right? Everything you do, you gotta know. That's why, what do? They teach children how to do things, right? Because you need to know things in order to live. How do you do something you don't know, right? You need to know right and wrong. You need to know what to do when you're hungry, because the baby doesn't know what to do when they're hungry. So eventually you tell them, hey, look, they get to a certain age, Dad, I'm hungry. All they know is when I'm hungry, I come to Dad, because Dad feeds you. Then eventually Dad says, well, go to the fridge, open it, and then you see that right there. Yeah, grab that. Okay, put that here. Put the spread in there like this, close it, and then eat it. Next time, he knows how to do that. But if you never teach him that, guess what? If Dad is not there, how's he going to eat? You know, it's all knowledge, man. And that's why the Lord gave us the greatest of all, the truth. And it's information, man. Physical stuff is physical stuff. You lose that. You know, Dad always used to say that what's in here, it doesn't matter even if they crack your skull open, they can never get it. Because unless I open my mouth, and exactly, you're never going to get it. See how powerful that is? I can snatch a chain off your neck, but how do I snatch the information in your mind? And that's what I need most. A chain looks nice. But if you know where there's food at during the famine, how much is the chain more valuable than you? No, it's not. You're valuable. And then guess what? You watch certain movies and maybe that somebody gets a prisoner, right? And you notice how the prisoner, if he's smart, he's able to make his way into power. Why? Because he knows that whoever got him ain't gonna kill him. Maybe he might be the last one left. So he's like, you threatening me like you're gonna kill me. I know you're not gonna kill me. You know why? Because I got something, bingo. I got something that you need. So now I'm flipping the tables on you. You see what I mean? Hey, man.
Yeah. That's the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because guess what? We are the men that the world needs. It starts with Yahushua, but the world needs righteousness. They need to be happy again. They need that freedom from underneath this wicked rulership, this dark empire that we're living in, ruled by Esau Edom. Everyone is tired of Esau Edom. They wish there was some type of power that could knock these devils out of power, man. You see? So when we say what we say, that's why we get the women, come underneath us, because they see the vision. They see the power. Women are attracted to power. They're not attracted to what you look like and shit, like we said earlier. They like power. You see? So for them, if the nigga got power now, they onto that. If the nigga, with the man that they're dealing with right now is telling them, look, we're gonna have the whole world to ourselves. We're gonna possess this whole world. We're gonna have power above any man you know right now who has power right now. Like in the kingdom, what we have, the least among us shall be like David. That's what the scriptures say. And King David was the king of Israel. When he was ruling for 40 years, the whole world was quiet in front of him, man. You see? So if the Lord is talking about things like that, the weakest among you shall be like David. I mean, damn, bro, that's power above all powers, man. And the women see that. So they say, all right, so in your time, if I'm with you, I'm going to be chilling. because I'm be with a man who's really up there.
Yeah, Hypergamy.
Exactly. So for them, it's like, all right, I'm gonna hold on tight. I'm gonna wait to see whatever it is that you're saying to be true. They don't really see like how we see it, but they believe the words that we say because they see how hard we're going for it.
Through
Right?
us.
Through us.
It's like we see it through Yahweh.
There you go. You see?
But
I think the point went on, but like,
No, bring it up.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, starting from verse 16, it says, "But be it so, I did not burden you. Nevertheless, being crafty, I caught you with guile."
So that's the same thing, using wisdom. All right, and we do it all the time in our daily lives, man. You know, it's not just what you see. Doing the works is not just out here prophesying and doing videos in a week, but your day-to-day interaction. You're waking up souls every single day, man. You think that's not documented by in the scriptures in the kingdom?
it's a matter of life.
It's exactly everywhere you go, everywhere. Yo, it doesn't matter who you talk to. You start with a conversation. Yo, so what's going on? What do you think
You
about
already know where it's going.
It doesn't matter who it is, even us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how the conversation starts. It's some way, somehow, the script is gonna come in there.
And you know, we did an experiment on that. I know y'all remember. Every day after school, we used to take the bus, and then we could start off talking about the craziest things, and we always got back to the scriptures. It always led to the scriptures. And we experimented. I said, yo, y'all notice how no matter what we start, we can argue, we can talk bullshit, but next thing you know, we're talking about the scriptures.
Even us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could be going back and forth about some shit.
Yeah.
But what does the scripture say? And then every
Yeah,
that's the ultimate judge. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you'd be like, nah, brother, that's what it. You'd be like, yo, the scripture said, boom. Nah, I said, you're right. That's a good
Hey,
point.
but that's it. See, we all get demons on us, right? Occasionally. So that's like that. Boom.
Yeah,
You know, we could be going back and forth, and then you bring up, what am I supposed to do? That's what it says. Then the demons are like, oh shit, our cup is blown. Then you're like, tell me, why the hell was I even arguing about this?
Hey, man. But hey, we answer with God. Because what? We're telling you all the things, we're giving it to you objectively, and we're letting you know. Like, we ask you a question, and the answer you're gonna give is like, you're right. Like, yeah, you're right. I can't go around it. Do you believe this is this and that? Yeah. Okay, so if that's the case, then what does this and that mean? Okay, well, let's see what the scriptures say about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. You see, so now you saying things, you're doing things, you putting them in their own world, and then showing them how fucked up their world is. And they're like, oh, I see what you mean now. See, now they have the truth. See, like the scriptures say, give them warning from me. So it's not about just out here blasting people every day, but just regular talks. You know, what is the mark of the beast? It's a simple thing. MOB, what is it? Oh, you know, you have to call me tomorrow. We're going to have to sit down and really have a talk, because to understand the last book, you got to go back to the first book and all this shit. You'd be like, there's no light in him. He's not speaking according to the scriptures, man. So right there, you what's that scripture that says when you perceive the words of the words that coming out of a man's mouth is foolishness, you got to depart from that person, man.
God, that's Matthew chapter 5, verse 37 says, "But let your communications be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil."
You know why he said that? Because, like you said, I ask you, do you know what the mark of the beast is?
Yes.
That's all you need to say. Now, you know what the mark of the beast is? Oh, well, the mark of the beast, because that's Revelation. I know James saw it. He was, where was he? He was in Rome, right? And then, you know, bro, at the end of the day, what you're telling me is you don't know what it is. But you know why it's evil? You're trying to deceive me to think you do know what it is. So it's really no, but you're lying now to try and make it sound like it's a yes. No, I don't know what the mark of the beast is. Okay.
I think the guy was talking about how when he interrogates people, the ones that lie are the ones that always try to set up shit. Like, yo, did you do it? Or they try to set up like, just state the fact. The one that didn't do it states the fact.
Yeah.
But the one that tried to lie, they try to convince you by doing a lot of setups, a lot of information.
Yeah, like if you confront somebody about something, it's like, and we're talking about women anyway, but they get very uneasy. They try to change the subject. You know that, whoa, slow down. I didn't even ask about that. I wasn't even there. I didn't say you were. Oh, now that's a new can of worms. Now, concerning, because you mentioned this earlier, catching people with guile, you can ask somebody a question, right? You ask somebody says, no, I believe there's free will, but I also believe in fate. That's all I need to know. So then you ask them questions. If you tell somebody, no, free will doesn't exist, what you get is a back and forth, right? Free will exists. Free will doesn't exist. And then you're just going back and forth. So you tell them, okay, you believe in fate. What's fate? Predestination, right?
Okay, well, what's free will? You do whatever you want, right? Okay, we agree. We all agree on that? Yeah, we agree on that. Okay, cool. So if you've been fated to maybe go to the store at 3 o'clock, right? That means that regardless of what happens, where are you going to be at 3 o'clock? At the store. Okay? Now, free will means that you can say, oh, it's 3 o'clock. I'm not going to the store. I wanna go to my friend's house. I'm gonna sleep in a little bit more. Now, which one is it? Because is fate gonna override free will, or is free will gonna override fate? If at 3 o'clock you're in the store, you don't have free will. Because you may not have wanted to go to the store, but where are you? At the store, because of fate. Now, if you're not at the store, then fate doesn't exist now, does it? Because fate says you gotta be there, but you're saying, no, I want to be here. So how can you believe in fate and free will at the same time? If you believe in fate, you believe in prophecy, ain't no such thing as free will. Now, we all see it. We all see the evidence. We all see the conclusion. And now they're saying they're like, well, you just proved your point. I can't prove mine. And I can't even disprove yours. So what am I really arguing for? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but testimony. When I first came to the truth, I had this conversation with somebody who's supposed to like know the scriptures, or something like that. You know, them youth pastor niggas that be in churches, right? So he was talking about how free will and all that. So I was like, hold on. So if free will exists, like how can prophecy exist if free will exists? Like what if the prophecy is clearly in the scriptures? So what is free will? You know, and then he couldn't say. I'm gonna get back to you on that. You know, I'm
Should
trying
ask
to
him about Peter. Should ask him about Peter and when he denied the Lord.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
What was Peter's will? No, Lord, I'd rather die with you. What did Peter end up doing? Oh, now I don't know who this guy is. Before the cock. Wait, but the Lord told him. Said, before the cock crows 3 times, this is what you're gonna do. He said, no, Lord, I ain't gonna do that. What did he end up doing? And then after that, he realized, right? And he's like, no. Why was he sorrowful? Because he realized, yo, damn, this is not what I wanted to do, but look at what I'm doing. Hey, man, look, this is why the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai supersedes everything, man. And the fact that there we go. And the fact that we know it and we believe it and the Lord is using us. Yo, man, the same way we read about Jeremiah, Isaiah, and all these men, guess what? That's the same thing happening now. When Jeremiah was on the scene, he wasn't seen as Jeremiah, this great prophet. He was seen like us. It's only in the future that you look back and you're like, oh, shit, same thing. In the kingdom, they're going to be looking at us like, oh, shit, the same way we see it. That's just how it is, man. Prophecy it gains its power when people look at it retrospectively.
Yep, when it becomes history.
When it becomes history. It's like, oh shit, it actually did happen. Yes, but we see it because we see it happening in the future. You get to see it after it's happened. That's the problem. But a lot of people gonna get caught off guard with that because right now, like we're going back and forth in the scriptures. 2 Thessalonians tells us about what? When they shall say peace and safety. You see, and right now we're in a time of peace and safety. So that means that there's going to be sudden destruction. If you've been paying attention to what these devils been doing, because they put it out there and tell you what they're going to do, there's going to be a major false flag that's going to take down a whole bunch of shit, man. We're talking banking information, social security, basically a whole world of darkness. No light, no electricity. And we've been saying that for a minute. A blackout is coming, man. And they're going to black a lot of people out. And I believe that's when they're going to start really, coming in. At that point, it's over. Hey, you ain't going back to how things used to be, man. Now they're going to really, the devil is going to really step in, man, and do real crazy shit because there's no light to see what they're doing. Quite literally, man. They flourish in darkness, man. So a lot of things they're about to do, they set everything up perfectly for it, man. They set everything up perfectly. So now, if the infrastructure goes down, what's gonna happen? A lot of people who rely on the internet, especially with these stimulus shits that you gotta do every week, every month, however it works. Guess what's gonna happen? You can't do it anymore. Okay. What's going to happen then? It's going to be a trickle-down effect because not only you getting affected, all these different corporations are getting affected, man. And the World Economic Forum came out and said it already that, look, we already got a system where if one thing gets affected, everything else gets affected.
It's a lot.
It's interlocked. You see? So with that being said, you got the EU talking about they're bringing out digital wallets and digital IDs and so on and so forth. That's MOB stuff they're talking right there. And if the EU is doing it, you damn sure NATO gonna be doing it too. You see, but they gotta start with the weaker nations. They got Sweden in there, Greece in there, Cyprus, all these different countries. Cool, they get hammered, and then they go climb right back into the stronger nations. And after the stronger nations are conquered, they're gonna shift over to America. And once America gets hit, it's over. because it always starts from the east and ends in the west, just like the sun.
Was it Argentina? They got hit by they were in darkness and they claimed it was a cyber attack. So now you see the cyber. Yeah, Puerto Rico too. Yeah. And now you see the cyber attacks ain't just in New York, in the U.S. It's around the world, like a pandemic.
So they're gonna do it. They're gonna hit a sector. They might hit the banking sector, and then the result from the banking sector is gonna be a whole new world, a new way of doing things in the banking system. And then they're gonna hit the health system. Oh man, the whole shit that they're gonna come out with is a whole new way of doing things in the health system. They're gonna hit it with social security, a whole new way of doing so. So it's gonna be a shit where if it gets attacked, whatever cyber shit that they do, whatever gets hit, it's gonna be a new thing that comes out of that. And that's them gradually shifting into that new world order, man.
Well,
so
that's what you gotta watch. You gotta watch what they push and what they attack. Because, like you said, they push the driver's license. They push the banking. They push the ID. They push the wallet. Currency. So well, if we're pushing a new way, but the old way still works, what are we gonna attack next? If I'm looking at my house, but I'm looking at it with a new, structures and stuff, then what's gonna happen eventually? I'm gonna have to take out the old one, renovate, right? So if I'm looking at a new form of banking, then I gotta take care of take that out. All this and so
they're doing the same thing they did with communist China.
Yeah.
Mao Zedong, his time they were talking about the Great Leap Forward. Today they're saying the Great Reset. Same shit, different.
Industrial Revolution.
Yeah. Instead of saying New World Order, we're just gonna say a global reset. The same fucking shit, bro. Same thing. We're not getting fooled by it. The rest of the people are getting fooled by it because they're underneath the God of this world. The God of this world has blinded them, man. Like it tells in the book of Corinthians, I believe, 1st or 2nd Corinthians. The God of this world has blinded them, so they don't see what's going on, man. They're waiting for somebody to come out and say, "Oh shit, the mark of the beast. That's the mark." No, bro. Esau not going to tell you that. He's going to call it a digital ID. He's going to call it the Pentagon coming out with a grain of rice. Like, all this bullshit.
Hey, but
bro.
you notice the scripture said it's specific enough but vague enough, right?
Yes.
Where it tells you the characteristics to look for. Right? When you have a sketch artist, what do you tell him? You say, all right, he had this kind of hair. He was this how tall he was. His eyes look like this.
Right.
And then when you follow those instructions, then whatever your result is, that's what a man is. So when you follow these instructions, whatever your result is, that's how you know what it is. Blueprint. That's it.
So it's only given to the elect. They're the only ones who are going to be able to see it, man. But hey, man, we at the end of this thing, keep watching. And you will see that, man, what these guys, conspiracy theories, all those things that they've been saying is actually coming to pass. And if that's the case, a lot of you are fucked. You are fucked, royally fucked, man.
Hey, you could close it with 2 Corinthians 2:11.
Yeah, you come.
And it's because of the Spirit of the Lord that, that scripture, Lord willing, applies to us.
Right.
The 2 Corinthians 2, starting from verse 11, it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And the fact of everything that we just said is an example of us not being ignorant to his devices, because we're exposing his devices. So that means we know about it. Now, Lord willing, see, it's one thing to know, but then you got to have the Spirit to go, right? You got to know what you got to go, because you can know what the mob is, but is that going to prevent you from not taking it? Right. So that's why you got to, get into that Spirit and pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that not only do you know and you have the eyes to see, but he gives you the Spirit and the will to be able to walk in his ways.
So that's pretty much it, man. Lord willing, you've been edified. All right. All hell by the break loose very soon, man. Pay attention. Keep your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
Right.
That's the only thing. We keep saying it. We believe it. So if you're going to just watch us just to think what we saying is just, it sounds good. No, bro. We actually about it. So when the time comes, you're going to see shit. All right, we believe it, and we just wait. We can't wait for that time to come, man, because it's going to show the true power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that the world don't even know about, but we know about because He's revealed it unto us, man. Okay, so Lord willing, you've been edified. Stay prayed up. Times are going to get tough, but guess what? The Lord is always going to be there for us, man. As long as our power liveth, Jacob, we're not consumed, man. All right. So Lord willing, you've been edified. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Until next time, shalom.